What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday this morning.
You know what that means.
Cracking packs?
Smoked brisket cheesesteak night, baby.
Oh, man, what a great Thursday show.
Countdown is on. We're about 12 hours
Thursday
out.
day.
12 hours.
12 hours
6
out.
o'clock, I'll be there 6 p.m.
For a huge game tonight, too.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah, many of you might be like, hey, how come there's no music coming into the show today? My laptop, for some reason, didn't connect properly, so we'll restart this in the break, and then we'll try to get some sweet tunes in there again. What's going on, Nasty Chat? How are we doing this morning? Thank you very much for being here. Tell your friends that the Nielsen Show is back and better than ever and much more relaxed than we were before. So that's nice to see. We got the A&W lattes and coffees. Cheers, buddy.
A buck.
Yeah,
it's a buck.
$2 for the lattes if you're a pretty boy, which I guess I have become now in the coffee game. So, yeah, we've got that going on today. Jam-packed show today. If you do need a conch, you can let us know, 780-218-9999. I just won't be able to play it for you until we get this computer restarted. So, we will get to that. Although you said you would do, like, mouth conch.
I mean.
Oh, I think he's going to get it because it's Tube Sock's birthday today. Tube Socks has already been asking for a conch this morning, so we might have to go manual conch here with Lieutenant Eric for the first segment. We'll see how that goes. Oh, by the way, Matt says he'll be there tonight. Century Casino, Fort Road, Sports Bar and Lounge. Matt's rolling in. Be like Matt. Pop on by tonight. Get that brisket sandwich.
Square board, draw box. It's all going on tonight, baby.
And make plans to join all of us next Thursday. Myself, Maddie, LTE, Tommy Gazzola, YouTube Trev probably in the house.
HR Daddy.
Possibly HR Daddy. Going to roll in
Stop
as
saying
well.
Possibly. He'll be there.
Well,
hey,
yeah, they're supposed to come to town that day. I was assuming HR Daddy will come and keep tabs on the festivities.
Yeah, back to the wall, arms crossed.
Yeah, in the corner with a little notepad.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, interesting. YouTube Trev seems
so
like
this
a mess.
is what happens.
Yeah. So join him tonight. But let's get a conch for the birthday of one Tube Socks. Oh, that's
spared no expense.
That's good. I like that. Happy birthday, Tube Socks. Thanks for making basically every logo you'll ever see at Sports Talk. JC,
let's be honest, this is the way he'd want it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
a little homemade conching, for
Probably.
the birthday boy.
JCD780 says, my work van doesn't fit in the A&W drive-thru. Sad face. Man, that's a real buzzkill.
Make it fit.
Yeah, I was going to say, find a way.
Just drive on through. I don't know.
Look at the operator here. Like maybe it does fit, but you're just not able to get it in there.
It sounds like a their problem.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Cruise on through, do a little damage, and then, was I not supposed to? Maybe you should make the drive-through bigger to accommodate the larger vehicles.
No, here's what I would
think
suggest.
of the money they're missing.
I would suggest if you're driving like a big work van, what you do is you tow a smaller vehicle behind you, and then when you want to go into drive-thrus, you get out, you detach, you hop in the smaller vehicle, you whip through, you get your drive-through, you come back, you hook it back up, and you're on your way. That can't be that much of an inconvenience, can it?
That's my drive-through mobile. Yeah.
Oh, what are you towing there? Oh, that's for drive-thrus.
It's just casually. I don't know.
I like that. Wheels is in. It says, who is down for the cheesecake brisket challenge? See you tonight.
They do have some interesting cakes and pies there as well at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Dessert is always on the menu. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have cheesecake there?
Yeah, I saw some people diving into a couple of slices the other day. So
this whole place sounds like Grandma's kitchen.
It's magical.
Yeah.
Magical and mystical.
All right. Well, join LTE tonight for a big one in the National Football League. He will be there giving away a trip. You can qualify for that. We'll play a little pick'em for Century Casino a little bit later on today as well. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Paris Jewelers, Canadian and family-owned with 23 locations across this wonderful country. You've got some flexible financing options as well. I was actually texting with one of the guys from there yesterday. I said, hey, thanks for talking about those Star Wars pendants. So I was just like, all right. Like, I hope they've moved a bunch. Like, I hope a bunch of nerds have been like, yes, I'm here for the Grogu. I'll take 2 Grogus, please.
Well, I don't, does the Star Wars, folk know about, know this? They'll buy up collectibles and stuff like that.
This is like a Worlds Collide thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume the heavy, passionate, Edmonton-based Star Wars community probably already knew about this.
I would hope so.
But if they didn't, I hope we let them down to the water trough.
Because for those hardcores, it'd be embarrassing if you didn't know, right? That this is out there and you haven't
That would
Haven't gotten it yet.
That would be tough. Yeah. That'd be tough to figure out at that point. All right. So, yes, you can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of you will end up winning the text of the day for A&W. We'll get you a gift certificate. And if you want to use it here right away before the end of the month, you can get the $2 lattes and $1 coffees as well. They got some exciting stuff coming up in October to boot. So that's on the way. I also want to throw this out there today. Huge thank you to everybody who went and picked up their Heritage Classic jerseys at Pro-Am yesterday. Got a text from Jack, and he said there was a bunch of AM Nasties rolling in, basically saying they were only there because they listened to the show. They want to support the people who support us, which is exactly what we're trying to build here. So it means a lot to us, meant a lot to Pro-Am, and even there's some good Mr. Mike's buzz online last night as well.
You see the size of that pickle?
Yeah, you love
it.
So the pickle at Mr. Mike's and the Classic Mike Burger is very interesting because sometimes it'll come right inside the burger. Other places put it on top.
Just lay it right on.
Yeah, and I prefer it because even if it comes inside the burger, I'm taking it off and eating it anyway. I like that fresh pickle on top of the burger, which is really good.
I'm not a pickle guy, but 10 out of 10 for presentation. That looks really good.
Sharp,
it
right?
looks very sharp, yeah.
It looks really sharp. I had a few people yesterday tweeting at us being like, I used to go there like once every couple of years. Now we're going once every couple of months.
Rip City stepped drowning his sorrows any way he can from yesterday, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that. The NBA goes full NBA yesterday, which you have to absolutely just be mesmerized by. So, yeah, we'll get into that. Let's lay out the show for you today. There's lots to get to. Just Rapoport. Rapoport's going to pop by around 7:45 today. We continue to lock in our hockey insiders to start next week. So be ready for that because we are going to have a lot of hockey coverage right here. We're going to get into this Oilers preseason game as well. We're going to crack some packs. We're continuing to work on our CFL set. I was in at Wayne's yesterday picking up some of the new SPX. We'll get into that around.
As was I. I purchased a Hartford Whalers Keeney for $1.
I was going to say.
Same price as an A&W coffee here at participating A&Ws.
Now, what'd you call that? What is that called?
A Keeney.
That looked like a slammer.
Slammer, same thing.
Is it the exact same thing?
Yeah, Pogs called them Keenies, I think.
What? Well, we all called them slammers.
Yeah, Pog Slammers Keeney. It's.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, I mean,
that was right up at the till.
Right up at the till, little dish, $1. I was like, ooh, what do we got here? And I went through, and they got a couple of select teams, but I saw that Whalers, and I just couldn't pass it up. Real sharp look. Yeah, the green and the sparkle, and
yeah,
I mean, it's a buck. Why not?
I saw that last night. That's I'm pretty jealous of that.
Yeah, go find your own at Wayne's.
I love that those things like that Whalers. What'd you call it? An innie?
A Keeney.
A Keeney.
K-I-N-I.
I love that Whalers Keeney had probably been at Wayne's for over 20 years. Right? I can't even play the clip.
A journey.
I got to get that clip. I got to get the clip because I want to be Oilers to that way. I love you, Chuck. Aww.
Yeah, homemade today. I love it.
No, that's really nice. Hit us up in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Of course, you can text us 780-218-9999. Man, smash hit new segment. I got beef for Acme Meats. We're going to go there just after 7 o'clock today. We had a fun trip down to Alley Cat yesterday. We're going to dive into that around 7:25. Cool Bet hotline of the day. Rapoport will pop by. We've got kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. The NFL Thursday night pick'em for Century Casino as well. The wrap for William Huff. And, of course, all of your hot takes on the Oilers preseason game last night.
What were the injuries per 60?
As long as you come out of this
stat
thing,
I want to break down. And, that's it.
As long as you come out of this thing healthy, I describe it as a very successful preseason game. Plus you got a Connor McDavid overtime winner
for the kids
on a breakaway. Yeah. You're right, for the kids
stylistically
and the hardcores.
Nice. Nuge gets a goal.
It worked out. That was the song I was going to open with.
We got songs for that. I know, I'm just saying. I didn't. Skinner, a win.
Stewie Skins.
It's okay.
First star of that hockey game. Both your goalies were stars, but Stuart Skinner, first star of the hockey game. The fact that nobody's really talking about Skinner after that game, positive note. Ben Gleason. That was a full-blown Ace Ventura moment when he sees Ray Finkel in that second team photo. Where I'm like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? That's kind of what you thought with Ben Gleason. I throw out a tweet last night. Find me on Twitter at Nielson TSN1260 if for some reason you're watching this show and somehow don't know about our Twitter accounts. Threw this out last night, getting people's opinions on the hockey game. I don't want to save it for 7:05, but I do got beef with
Well, you can have tons of beef if you want.
Too much preseason hockey, man.
Yeah.
It's like I watched the game last night. I'm like, okay, enough. Let's go. Drop the puck of the regular season. You pretty much know what the roster is going to be. I just don't know if we need to run this thing back 5 more times. Like, that's...
Well, more chances of the injuries per 60 here. That's kind of what you were like.
Every single time,
package
right?
it up and let's get going, right? Hit the road.
Did you watch the game last night? Like, how do you, as fans of the sport, process preseason? Is it like, no matter where it is, illegal stream?
Yeah.
You've got a buddy holding up like FaceTime on his phone at the rink, and he's showing you the game.
Or how many beers did you have at Rogers Place last night on a Wednesday preseason?
You're not getting that heavily into it for
I
preseason.
won't be able to come into work today. Oh, yeah, it's preseason. You know,
Imagine working with guy who gets so hungover at after a preseason game. Like, that's a tough guy to commit to.
It's commitment, but I mean, is it justifiable in a sense? It's preseason. You can't wait, right? Like, it's hockey.
I had it on. I pretty much watched the entire second, the entire third, missed part of the first.
You're saying like you're in pain. You're
well, I kind of did. I was just
it's a long journey.
I had a lot of other stuff on the go last night. This is how this makes me sound like one of these I'm going to get drunk at the preseason game type of guys, because I was doing some CFL prep because I'm flying to Vancouver today, so I was putting together my board for this Lions Riders game, and I was watching the Oilers preseason game on my phone. And then I had to like walk around the basement and do some other things. And I was carrying the Oilers preseason game on my phone around like this, like trying to do things while I had the game on. And then after I sat down, I was like, why was I that concerned with the preseason game? It was really weird.
You took a couple minutes by yourself.
Yeah.
Just kind of had a chat with yourself.
Yeah,
what is going on here?
Sat down. Dusty, listen.
Reevaluate.
What are you doing here? You got a bunch of stuff to do right now. You're walking around with the Oilers game on your phone. It's not like I was actually 100% focused on it. So, like, what was I doing anyway? And it's not really like I missed anything. Yeah. Low-scoring affair. Should have hammered the under in that game, by the way. Yeah. That was
or maybe you're just trying to cleanse yourself of the Jays getting shut out again, hey?
Wow. We'll get to the Jays in a second. This team.
Hey, but we hit, didn't we?
We did.
We talked about this.
Got on the Yankees.
It was a win-win.
Cool bet hotline of the day. Plus money on the Yankees with Cole on the bump as a dog. The Blue Jays can't get a sniff of this guy.
Another shutout, hey, Matt.
The Yankees are really turning their season around here. Toronto's got to get the bats going here.
But do they? Again, they can. I mean, if they Houston won,
they're half game up.
You want to be in
Houston.
that third wild card, right, to get the Twins. And so, like,
maybe things really work out. Maybe they really work out. But you cannot have faith in the Toronto Blue Jays going into the playoffs.
Oh no,
it's probably why they're lacking that buzz. Like, it's going to be weird because they're going to be a playoff team. Usually when the Jays are in the playoffs, you're like, oh my God, the Jays are in the playoffs. This year, it's kind of like
anyway, right? Like
they've stumbled into the postseason, and they're probably going to lose in the first round. So it's tough to get that real buzzkill going there. Anyway, if you do want to chime in on that, hopefully some of you are riding with us. A cool bet hotline of the day on the Yankees plus the money, because that worked out really well. And Huss is going to probably lose it today on the lock shop because he was on Garrett Cole over 6.5 Ks, and the guy throws a 2-hit complete game shutout, and he only had 5 strikeouts. So I'm already ready for the Huss rant at about 11:05 today, which should be absolutely outstanding. Here are some of your thoughts on the Oilers preseason tilt last night. These came in on Twitter after the game. If you're watching right now and you'd like to chime in on it, feel free to do so. Let's see here. Sutter was good enough to keep the PTO, maybe a fourth-line center. Fogle hasn't played well yet. The puck dies on his stick. Bush and Vinny were sloppy. This is from James. Bush and Vinny were sloppy in handling the puck and making clear passes through the first 2 periods. Forwards are being too cute on the power play. I know it's preseason, but that's what stood out.
I love ending everything with, I know it's preseason, but
There's another thing to have beef with.
How do you
guys who say, I know it's preseason.
Yeah.
But, which we probably are guilty of ourselves.
Look, as long as the coaches are getting what they need out of this stuff, that's you happy?
I don't know. If you're the coaches last night and you're watching Bouchard and Nurse play together, are you thinking that that's sustainable long term? There was a few times where Bouchard had the puck, was being pressured in his own zone, and I was thinking, okay, outlet to Nurse. And then you saw Bouchard kind of turn, and Nurse was already creeping up near the blue line. I was like, that's not where you're supposed to be in that situation. You'd probably be back supporting the puck with Bouchard. So I like Bouchard more with Ekholm. Uh,
I know it's preseason,
know.
but you also have to take into account the opposition. I don't know how much you weigh that last night.
Well, hopefully very little, but here I am being like, I don't think Nurse was supporting Bouchard enough on the puck last night. I know it's preseason, but I'm talking in circles here on like hating the preseason, but also actually caring about the preseason game last night. JCD says Connor Brown's legs looked really good. All right, so we got that going for us. Connor on X. Top guys treated this like a scrimmage. Can't really blame him. Connor Brown, solid showing in first organized game in almost 11 months. Bottom 6, extremely middling. Marcus Niemelainen will play NHL games this year. Just might not be with the Oilers. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, now that's the intrigue I'm looking for here.
Dun, 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 dun. I think he had like 5 blocks last. He was involved, a bunch of hits last night. Niemelainen doing Niemelainen things. I think that's how we would describe that. Guys, that PP needs a dust off. Listen, guys.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I know it's the preseason, but let's not be worried about the Oilers' power play. Okay? There is no reason to be concerned about the greatest power play in the history of the National Hockey League. Is it going to be what it was last year? Probably not going to be what it was last year. Last year, as deadly as it was, lots of things go right, and things bounce in here, things bounce in there. Could have been a one-off. Could have been an all-time. You're never going to be there again, but you're still going to lead the league in power play. So, I mean, I got time for diving into like preseason evaluation. But to sit here today and say, power play needs to get going.
Well, but
it's
it will.
Game 3 of the preseason.
It will get going. It may be. It's not like it's in action during the summer months. Of course, it's going to collect a bit of dust. It'll get dusted off, and away we go.
But maybe that's where Connor McDavid can take this thing to the next level. Quarterbacks
by using the power play during the summer.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Quarterbacks
speak to me.
Fly their receivers in to get some work in the summer. Not official workouts for the team. I want to hear next summer, mid to late July, pops up on Twitter, Connor McDavid flying Hyman, Draisaitl, Nuge, and Bouchard out to his cottage where they will work on the power play for 4 days. Yeah. That's when you know that they're taking things seriously.
A retreat of sorts, and they go out there and it's all summer long, and it never gets a speck of dust on it. Things just pristine, trucking 365.
Yeah. Get rid of it.
No BioSteel camp. There's got to be a little time now. You got the time. You've got the schedule.
Maybe this is how BioSteel gets back on track.
Right.
Sponsoring Connor McDavid's power play camp, just for PP1. PP2 doesn't exist. Evander Kane and Ryan McLeod are like, can we come? No.
No PP2's allowed.
You're not allowed. Guys, I was making scrambled eggs and I burnt them a little bit. I know it's preseason, but still not acceptable. How about this? I know it's preseason, but blank. Fill it in. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Guys, all I saw was the last minute of overtime, and if McDavid didn't score there would have been too much preseason hockey for me. You did get the ideal ending. You got the ideal ending last night.
A little bit extra.
Yeah. Strummy says, everyone knows that the older the power play gets, the more it slows down. the older the PP gets, he says. I tried to adult that one.
6 o'clock hour.
But it sounds a lot better the way that he had it written there. All right, massive trade in the association. We got to get to that. We got to get this computer rejumped here so I can get to that Kawhi clip. So let's take a quick pause. We will come back. We'll get into that NBA trade. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you see the Zach Wilson thing with Edmonton? We'll get to this. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know where it comes from, but we'll get to that. We'll crack some packs as well around 6:45 right here on the Nielson Show.
Two guys and a goalie.
Babcock's gone. The Blue Jackets had an availability. They made a major mistake. Cash, your thoughts on how this looks on that organization?
Out of all the hires, this is the one that we felt was going to make us the best. Quite clearly, it was not.
It's just a weird kind of thing to do, to ask someone to look at their phone and the pictures on their phone. If you think by seeing a photo you're going to learn a lot about a person, then follow them on social media. I'm sure if Mike Babcock requested to follow a few members of his Columbus Blue Jackets, what he he did was wrong. He hasn't changed a bit.
Two Guys and a Goalie with Gager, Cassian, and Nielsen. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey. Saturday mornings at 10. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielsen and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast, located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielsen Show, featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
We're back. We're back. That's good news. The computer is, Mr. Hammond. Mr. Hammond, the computer is working. That's good. Hey, happy birthday, Tube Socks. Looks like you got a nice little crowd shaping up tonight too. The Thursday nighter,
a bit of a motley crew of sorts. Teeth rolling in there. I love it. Yeah.
I think we have now established Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge to have the best brisket cheesesteak in the city.
Man,
people are talking about it.
The bread comes out nice and soft.
Soft bread.
The cheese is like a. It's just and you got a little bit of peppers and onions, and the brisket's nice, and it comes like it's an open face, so you kind of and it's all there.
I cannot wait to try
this.
I'm getting
emotional. I kind of get a.
I cannot wait for next Thursday. I'm very excited for this.
You, man, it's great. And the fries too. Like the side fries is fine. Not soggy, not crispy, but just in between, and a little bit of seasoning on there. It's nice.
Beautiful, Lieutenant Eric, to that brisket tonight.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. Oh, I love you, John. Oh, I love you, Sloth.
I hope my sloth shirt rolls in before the party next Thursday.
That'd be nice.
I know. I want to wear that. I want to wear that next Thursday night. Join Eric tonight. Next Thursday night, we're bringing the whole crew out. So we'd love for you to come out and have a pretty good time. We'll get more details on social and stuff like that, but we are looking forward to it. We'll be there, but I'll mostly be at the tables most of the night. So.
Not the Caliente dog track?
I'll be well, maybe. We definitely got to bet on the ponies. I hope it gets to the point that we have to drag a Wannick out of there because he's so deep. He's so deep.
Sir, you can't smoke in here. We've
Yeah.
told you 5 times, and he's just kind of. We never knew he's a chain smoker when he gets to the dog track. It's it gets pretty intense. You're watching the game sometimes, and then there'll be like a hoopla going off to your right, and you can't resist.
The end of the race.
It's can't miss.
Very exciting. Yes. Really, I wish I could come tonight, man. That would have been a fun one to go to tonight.
Yeah,
as
great
well.
game when you're.
So we'll get into that. How about Damian Lillard? There's been so much talk about Damian Lillard. We were hitting it on the show earlier this week. What was all that Raptors are the front runner discussion?
Yeah.
Did somebody use the Raptors to drive up the Bucks price? Is that what ended up happening here? The NBA only delivers blockbusters. That's it. Like, when was the last time the NBA had a trade that moved the needle that was a 1-for-1? Really? It just doesn't happen. They're always blockbusters. They always involve like 3 teams. It's incredible. Every single time. All right, but what does this do? Like, what does this do? The Bucks have now added Damian Lillard to the Greek Freak. As somebody said, probably Rip City Step said, it's freak time and Dame time. The Greek Freak time
to get freaky.
I see what he's thinking there. But
yeah, we should have saw this coming, right? The All-Star draft there, and Giannis taking him in the first, and it is kind of written in the stars already. I mean, it wasn't Miami. I thought it'd be Miami. It's kind of the thing. Lillard came out
Jimmy
and
Butler
spoke.
thought it was going to be Miami
Jimmy
too
Butler
because
thought
he
it
was
gonna be Miami.
really bitter.
I mean, obviously we're in Canada, so we were talking about that Raps thing, and you had the odds on of who's going to go, and then all of a sudden the Bucks. And I mean, I don't know what this does to them, but certainly pairing up these two is a nice duo. I mean, if we're talking NBA Jam here,
yeah, that would have been chosen very often on NBA Jam.
Popular, like talented, but also, I mean, look at these two guys as individuals, right? And it's tough not to cheer for Dame and what he's done in Portland. And I think he's gone about this too in the right way, right? Like, I mean,
he's been patient enough with the Trailblazers.
I think we can all understand even Rip City Step to be like, okay, go on, my son.
It's one of those things. Set them free.
Yeah,
set them free. They've done everything they could for you. Set them free.
And I look forward to this Milwaukee Bucks thing. I might need to be fearing the deer myself here in the short term.
As they used to say on the old show, it's a good day to be a Buck.
Look, I'm a basketball free agent. I go where the river flows, and I might be.
Yeah, but you're like on 1-year terms, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're on the Bucks this year.
This has got me interested. Yeah. I like this. You can't hate the guys. I don't got anything against Milwaukee. How do you hate the Bucks, right? Like, it's one of those things now that they can maybe go forth. I'm very excited for this project.
Maddie, is this the best 1-2 punch in the NBA now, considering the way that their games should work?
So what are the other ones out there?
Well,
when healthy, LeBron, AD.
When healthy.
You got Booker and Kevin Durant also when healthy.
Yeah, Booker and KD might still take that cake. If you're going to
talk about, you have to have Murray and Jokic.
Yeah, when healthy. I mean, when
they just go win the title.
I think you'd have to put
better
these two
than
guys
almost
in the
all
top
of them.
five,
It's better than almost all of them in my initial feel to me. But the Bucks were already a favorite. They had the best record last year.
Yeah.
They were already a favorite, and now you make this move and you bring Damian Lillard. And what a move to show as an organization, Giannis, that he's made his comments recently about, he'll leave if he wants to keep winning, and he's talked about openly that he might leave Milwaukee. And now ownership's going, we're committed to winning here, and they've shown him, they've pushed all their chips in for Giannis by bringing in a guy like Dame Lillard who's got 3 more years left on his contract. They're I would say at least the top 3 duo in the NBA.
They're doing what Portland
I looked up this. Well, Dame gave Portland a lot of time to go out and bring in Giannis, which was never going to happen. But this is a list from the spring on the top duos in the NBA. Steph and Clay, This is the order they have them in. But Stephen Clay, KD, and Booker. They actually had Tatum and Brown. Oh, those two guys are very similar. That's a tough one. They actually had Giannis and Drew Holiday at number 4. Now you're adding Dame to Giannis. So, I think that probably bumps them up. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, James and Davis, and Jokic and Murray. Those would be your top
Jasmine
7.
chimes in at the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Bucks were a boring team to watch, though. Dame is fun to watch. So adding a little bit of spice on that already juggernaut team of the Milwaukee Bucks, I guess you could say.
We've seen other teams like bring in the big stars, and it hasn't necessarily worked. It works better in the NBA than it does in other leagues, obviously. What's our level of, could this blow up on them? Worry. The Bucks they've had some really, really, really good teams. They obviously had to sacrifice some pieces to bring in Damian Lillard. Are you worried at all that Giannis and Dame Dalla don't jive together and it doesn't work?
I guess maybe the pressure of Dame getting that ring now and all, like now they have to go win the championship. That's now the not to say every other team that's the goal, but now the pressure will be on more so. But you're just talking about the two of them in the relationship. If Giannis is picking him first overall in that draft, there's got to be some sort of budding, already understanding between the two, I would think. But who's to say? I just think now the pressure will be one of those things. Now you're where you want to be, I guess, Dame. So
does Giannis get a bump into the rap game? I think these two guys live very different lifestyles. So I'm interested to see how it all sort of gels on and off the court.
I want the promo videos. I want it all. All that stuff off the court. Yeah, give it to me.
Okay, so where do we come out on poopy pants, Jimmy Butler? You see Butler, was it on Instagram last night? Saying, hey, NBA, you got to look into the Bucks for tampering. So this is from Jimmy Butler, whose team was trying to get him and probably tampering just as much as the Bucks. In the end, it looks like the Bucks probably just ended up tampering better than Miami Heat and better than the Toronto Raptors were tampering.
Tamper hard, boy.
But what tampering is there?
I don't know. That's the thing. How are you tampering?
It's not a contract. It was a trade.
He didn't give really an example of tampering, right? He just said tampering. And then you can draw your own conclusions.
Hey, NBA, you got to look into the Bucks for tampering.
I don't believe Dame had a no-trade clause.
No, but is there a behind-the-scenes record deal that's being offered up or something? Could you tamper?
Well, that's not tampering. Then that's just a circumvention of the cap, which is a bigger issue, and that's a different issue.
But he hasn't mentioned that.
The tampering is you're talking to a player about a deal when you're not supposed to and stuff like that. But I don't know.
But that wasn't mentioned.
Do you think Damian Lillard just didn't return Jimmy Butler's text, and he's that mad that he was not allowed to tamper?
Is that tampering?
I know the Bucks have been charged with tampering in the past, though.
But you can't just toss out tampering and,
He's just upset that Dame's not going to Miami.
Yeah. And he throws up the T-word.
That's a bad look.
Tee him up.
Oh, you didn't get him? Now you're going to run onto social media and tell the league you got to look into it for tampering?
Worth a shot, though, hey? I guess. As you say, if there's a bit of history there, you just throw out the T-word and hope for the best.
What comes of it, though? They actually just say, no, this trade can't happen due to tampering?
I guess.
Then he gets traded to Miami, and Jimmy Butler's sitting back being like,
It's one of those things that you look at, go investigate that house. Well, why?
But then is that not tampering? If Jimmy Butler is doing this stuff and causes that, does this eliminate Miami? And then all of a sudden the Toronto Raptors start the season with Damian Lillard.
I would think if you look at the definition...
All because of Jimmy Butler.
Look, they're robbing a bank. Yes, he's robbing a bank.
Look up the definition of tampering. Let's find exactly what the definition of tampering is here, because I'm pretty sure every free agent signing in the history of free agency in any league has had to have had something who goes out and you're cold calling free agents on day one? You're telling me you haven't planted some seeds?
NBA tampering rules state that any organization, member, coach, player, executive, or owner cannot speak to a player on rival teams to lure him to join their team. This includes publicly showing interest in acquiring the player or approaching his agent about a possible trade. Guaranteed the Milwaukee Bucks spoke to someone close to Damian Lillard to see if he'd be interested in playing with them. Just like the Miami Heat guaranteed, if not Jimmy Butler himself, have spoken to Damian Lillard about joining the Miami Heat.
Every single NBA transaction in history has broken the rule of tampering, if that's the case.
I love how he was lured.
Yeah.
They lured him there.
What's the official definition of
there's
tampering?
two. It's mid-16th century origin. interfere with something in order to cause damage or make unauthorized alterations.
There shall be no tampering here.
Example, someone tampered with the brakes on my car. Second definition as well, exert a secret or corrupt influence upon someone.
That's it. That's
So
the
the
NBA
corrupt-
tampering
the corrupt,
right there.
yeah, the luring.
The Miami Heat have basically been tampering with Dame for a long time,
Everybody
too.
tampers. Right?
LeBron's basically tampered for 21 years.
Yeah.
And then you can't tell me tampering's all of a sudden going to be strictly enforced in the NBA now. That just doesn't make any sense.
But give us the example, Jimmy. You can't just say
Yeah.
tampering a blanket term. Well, what was it? Do you have the receipts? The texts, the calls, or the...
Well, he probably does, but
The
they probably
luring.
also are his texts,
I know.
too.
I know.
So,
It's
I
just
don't know. It just looks like such a sore loser move, which is, that's just a little sad. It's a little sad, but what are you going to do? All right, coming up, we're going to crack some packs, and we got to talk about this Zach Wilson. It doesn't make any sense to me. We're going to have to we're going to have to verify the source here. Or is Chris Jones tampering south of the border? Wouldn't that be quite the scene? We'll get into that coming up here before 7 o'clock. If you're watching the Oilers and the Canucks last night, preseason action, what stood out to you? Is there anything that you didn't like? And should you really not like it? Because it is preseason, so you probably
We
don't
know
need
it's
to freak out just
preseason,
yet.
but
Yeah, exactly. That's how you get in the mix for text of the day today, 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. I know it's preseason, but fill that in at 780-218-9999. You could end up winning text of the day. Let's get into a sports update with Lieutenant Eric.
Those Oilers preseason action resuming last night. Connor McDavid, the overtime winner. Edmonton picking up the first win of the preseason, 2-1 over the Canucks from Rogers Place. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, he also scored. Stuart Skinner stopping 21 of 22 in his preseason debut. The preseason schedule rolls on Friday when Edmonton visit the Flames. Aaron Judge homered twice as the Jays were shut out again last night, 6-0 by the Yankees. Toronto remained in the second wildcard spot. Half game up on Houston and 2 up on Seattle. Jays look to avoid the sweep later tonight when they send Chris Bassett to the mound. Week 4 in the NFL kicks off tonight from Lambeau Field. You can join me at the Century Casino Sports Bar Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road for the Lions and Packers. There'll be another chance for you to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. The Century Sports Bar Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day.
The EST Hangout.
Matawanak, Tom Gazzolo.
Yeah.
As well as we got Min Darwal from CBC and Doug McLean, Golden Bears Pandas analyst, along with the Stingers.
I think the older this kid gets,
Connor?
you're starting to see glimpses of what we're not privy to inside that room.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now we're starting to see these guys put a stamp on this team. I think that culture that they're creating, instead of having it top down where it has a trickle down effect, I think it's working both ways where it kind of dictates what happens with the executive and the hockey side of the front office.
EST Hangout, weekday mornings at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for The Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Thursday morning with the Nielson Show. Buckle up. Tommy Gazzola in the chair tomorrow. Hey, when Tommy was in last time, did you sit here?
No.
Or he sat here? Okay.
He likes sitting here, though, for Hello Hockey, I do believe. I think that's the...
He sat over here for Hello Hockey this week.
He did.
Yeah, no, only the first Hello Hockey did he sit where you are, Eric.
Oh.
And then for the other ones, when Bell hasn't been here, he sits where Dusty is.
Oh, so he prefers.
Oil Stream, he sits where you are, Eric.
Yeah, that's right.
But then when you're not here, Dusty, he sits where you are.
Man.
Two guys and a goalie, he sat where you are. But that was just camera-wise, too.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Well, all of this while arriving 15 to 20 minutes late. Incredible. He's in today, right?
Yes.
Tommy's in today.
He's in back-to-back days.
Wow.
Because he's going to be in tomorrow.
Wow, that's
Right.
great.
This is amazing.
That's great.
I know it's preseason, but there's got to be a joke there.
I will have to say this. I did love going to Alley Cat yesterday. The three of us and Trev all racing there from here after a long day of work.
Yeah.
Tom's already there having a beer.
Having a beer.
3 in or whatever it was. Like, he's just,
We're sitting here, like, Trev's literally uploading Tommy's rink report as we're trying to go out the door. And we get to Alley Cat, and we'll get to more on Alley Cat here around 7:25, but we get to Alley Cat, and we roll in. We're like in a mad scramble. Trev's like, my batteries aren't working in the camera. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry, guys. And then Trev's... YouTube Trev's the best. Anyway, I'm just like, oh, is that Tommy's car? Like, you roll in, Tommy's sitting there in like sweats.
Yeah. I'll have another,
and a
please.
shirt.
He comes out.
He's like halfway through a beer. He's like, hey, boys.
While Trev is panicking about his camera, Tommy goes, I guess I'll go inside and finish my beer.
You stand back and you almost applaud the guy slowly.
Yeah, it's a legendary move, man. Legendary move. It's too good. I love it. We're going to crack some packs in just a second, but let's get into some of the nasty chat today. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 if you want to chime in that Paris Jewelers inbox today. Blair down in Calgary. The NBA should hire Babcock to investigate tampering. He can check all of their phones. That one from Blair.
There's a Constantine joke here that I'm not going to get to, but we'll leave that in.
Yeah. That's good. I like that, buddy. Appreciate it. Keep those texts rolling in. 780-218-9999. Tommy Gazzola keeps rolling in late. I know it's preseason, but yeah. Guys, I know it's preseason, but Connor McDavid made a stirring in my loins. What a pass. What a goal. Ryan the wine guy.
Yeah, see, so.
It gets everybody excited, right?
He knows the joke, but he's very serious. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all.
I know it's only preseason, but contract talks with Renee are already heating up after her appearance on the EST Stanley Cup Parade float. That sounds real nice, too.
I'll come meet her tonight at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. She will be there in the flesh.
Which is still an amazing story.
Yeah.
It's an amazing story. Strummy's in and says, guys, I know it's preseason, but Dryan Nurse took extremely stupid penalties. Thoughts? That Draisaitl slash was just the biggest. I mean, I know it's preseason, but when I saw Draisaitl slash a guy in the back of the leg, all I thought to myself was, that was stupid.
No, get it all out now. It's
Yeah, yeah.
preseason. Get it out, right? Like this is the time if you're going to take those things. Right?
Maybe Woody said, "Hey guys, we want to give them this number of power plays tonight so we can work on the penalty kill."
All this is a workshop.
How do we know?
You're
We're not in the
workshopping.
room.
Yeah.
We're not in the room. You can never know. You could never know. So maybe that's what ended up happening in that situation. Warren Wan says, I generally like Bouchard, but his drop passes in the neutral zone on the PP still piss me off. Slow and predictable, leads to so many giveaways, and has been the same since last year. Yeah, there was a couple of times. I think it's not like you can even disguise it, but I do think Barry executed the neutral zone drop a little bit smoother than Bouchard does so far. But there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for development. I also absolutely love the fact that at 6:48 on a Thursday morning on YouTube and live online at edmontonsportstalk.com, we are talking about Bouchard power play neutral zone drop passes.
Yeah.
I got time for it.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I got time for that. Alan says, why haven't we had any drafts yet? They are hilarious. Alan, we're working towards the first draft. It'll probably be like a full 2-hour shot on the Hangout. Awanak will be jammed into the corner as the commish. It should be really good.
What did he suggest? Is sitting perched up on a stool?
Yeah, we should get one of the high chairs
really like that,
from the third office and throw that in there.
Really to exact his authority. We know who's in charge, right? Kind of like a lifeguard at a beach or a pool.
And I
or
think
something.
we're leaning towards TV/movie coach draft.
We want to do this right. It's the first draft in the new digs. We want to kind of set this up and have it all, all the bugs out and everything. So it'll be on its way here.
Mark Fortier to the inbox today. Gents, if we don't call the new lager Morning Wood, what are we even doing here? Yeah, but it's tough because you're not drinking the beer in the morning. Well, we'll drink beer in the morning.
Yeah.
But a lot of you aren't drinking beer in the morning.
It's a thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the hat.
Calcifer's in it says, I thought Gleason looked pretty solid last night. So did I. I hockey D beat him finally last night.
I saw the tweet of yours too.
Through all of the preseason so far, I've seen his name pop up when he was like skating with the main group. I was like, who the hell is? And I never cared enough to actually look him up. Last night, watching the game, I was like, okay, fine, I give in. If you're not going to send Ben Gleason down yet, I better find out who he is. Farmhand in Dallas for the last few years. But he made that one move in the third period last
you're
night.
at DiCaprio looking at your
and
TV with the
walking
cigarette
in.
and the beer, and you're like, that's the Gleason. That's the guy.
That's the guy. That's Gleason. That's Ben Gleason. What's the? It's one of my favorite things on like social. It pops up on TikTok once in a while, and it's like out of shape people doing like moderately normal physical activities, and then it cuts to the Jason Bourne move, and the guy goes, I think he says like, "Holy bleep, that's Jason Bourne." That's kind of how I viewed like Ben Gleason when he made that little move inside the blue line.
That's Ben Gleason.
Oh my God, that's Ben Gleason.
Seamless cut. But yeah, same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'll be good. But yeah, sit pat. We'll have a draft in October for sure. Guys, I know it's preseason, but do you think Connor McDavid can continue this momentum into the regular season? Probably. Guys, I know it's only preseason, but I didn't get mad at Nurse at all.
Well, good. I guess, right?
Guys, Gleason did not look good last night. Easily bodies off the puck in his own zone. That's from Jason and Leduc. I will say he looked better than you would expect Ben Gleason to look, but there was time when there was like some commotion around the net, and I did. Man, I can't be the guy who's like, I don't care about preseason, but here I'm talking about there was this scrum around the net.
Ben Gleason will be in the Hangout next week. You just watch it. He'll be joining us.
And Gleason was kind of standing there not getting involved, and I looked and I said, Ben Gleason, do something. So this is a roller coaster with Ben Gleason.
You're not going out, though, and getting Gleason on your Heritage Classic jersey just yet, are you?
I don't know. Jack from Pro-Am, did you have any orders yesterday for Ben Gleason Heritage Classic jersey?
We're not there yet, maybe, but
I do respect like the one person 3 years from now who's rolling an Oilers Gleason jersey. That would be pretty impressive. I like that. For all your jersey needs, proamsports.ca. Hey, guys, I know it's preseason, but when is the first episode of Stalking Connor coming out? I miss both the Moose And the Goose. Ooh, the Goose, too.
The Goose, too. Well, this
the
Jays
Goose
team,
would be all over this Jays team.
He's broken all the telephones in his house. all the
We'll
rotary.
get back to lots of the bits. We're just kind of getting things settled up here. We just want to kind of bang out smooth shows.
Well, again, we want to do them right.
Yeah.
You want to get everything right. We don't want to be half-assing this thing. That's the last thing we want to do.
Morgan this morning. I expect Ben Gleason to be named captain any day now.
At least an A, right?
I like that one. That's pretty good. 780-218-9999. The Paris Jewelers inbox is hopping today. Of course, the nasty chat is always cruising along. That's good. I like that. We've got this one rolling in as well. A little conch request here for a little birthday boy. You got to like these. Morning, guys. Can I get a conch for my son who turns 2 today? They just grow up so fast.
Yeah, you can speak from experience
Yeah.
here. Hey.
Yeah, they're born, they get teeth, they walk, they get knocked down at school, break their arm, their brother cries for a bit, and everybody else moves along.
You
They
like
grow up
2,
really
though?
fast.
2's the good age, fun age.
Every
3?
age is fun.
What do you like the best? Was it 4? Like,
I always say, I wish the kids could stay this age forever.
Yeah.
But right now, I really like 8 and 6.
This is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, because they still love us.
They're little humans.
I don't want to get to that point where, Marshall doesn't want to spend all of his time with me. That's going to break my heart. I'm probably going to have to try to make another son.
I don't think that ever happens, though. I think he just
I
continues
think
on
Marshall
as,
and I will be pretty tight for a while.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. I mean, by the time he's 15, I want him to be done high school and sitting right in between us here. I think that would be great. All right, let's crack some packs here. Let's do this.
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack Pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the Crack Pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The Crack Pack is a little old gang where we can crack together. Crack Pack, baby.
A Crack Pack, baby.
All right, let's dive into the Crack Pack today. Brought to you by Wayne's Sports Cards. If you're wanting to crack the CFL like we're cracking, just pop by Wayne's, just north of West Edmonton Mall, right next to Mr. Barber, McDonald's, Big and Tall store.
Italian
There's
center.
a couple places in there, yeah.
Chop.
The bank with the drive-through that you're not allowed to drive through.
Yep.
So we'll get into that. SPX, brand new 22-23 SPX dropped yesterday. I picked up 8 boxes of it for a break on Sunday night. We're going to do a break on Sunday night. I'm going to post that over on the Crack Pack Facebook page around 7 o'clock this morning. Let me know if you want to get in on that. We'll do that break on Sunday night once I'm back in town. And it's good this year. SPX, 1 pack, 5 cards, and auto in every single box. So we'll be pulling 8 autographs on Sunday night with the Crack Pack, which is going to be good. All right, Eric, pick 2 of these. Pick 2 of these from Gino Lewis on the front of the pack. Cover boy, Gino Lewis. Now, here's the Maddie, do you want to hold the checklist? And then you can say, got it or need it as we go through the cards. I think we need 1 Edmonton Elks, so Mark Cordy. We still got it. Yeah, that's the only one. I think that's the only. Mark Cordy is our white whale. All right, here we go. Let's crack some packs. Let's go. All right, what do we got? Okay, Eric, you can whip through yours.
Rene Paredes, 17. Stephen Dunbar Jr., 28.
Matt, you got to turn on your mic so we can hear if you're saying needed or got it, you know?
Well, I'm first trying to figure out where they are. So, yeah, we got both of those.
Okay.
Kamar Jordan, 58.
Oh, we need Jordan.
Yep.
Yes. DeVaris Daniels, 43.
Need him.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Here we go.
Larry Dean, 31.
I think you need him. 31, you said. They're Larry Dean.
Oh, we're on fire.
McLeod Bethel Thompson, CFL Greatness. That's not the.
We would
that's not
need
the
that
base set, so
probably,
that's
but-
okay. Jalen Ackland, 41.
Nope. Got it.
Got it. Okay. Another McLeod Bethel Thompson. Sean Lemon, 48.
Got it.
Tanner Dahl, 37.
Got it.
It's like Price is Right.
I know.
Dylan Wynn, 68.
Got it.
AGO at 39.
Got it.
So what, we got three meats out of there, though.
This is great.
All right, Jalen Ackland. We already said Jalen Ackland, right?
Yep.
David Beard.
What number?
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Like it's
85.
Got it.
Kadeem Carey, 94.
Got it.
Trevor Harris, 66.
Got it.
James Wilder Jr. CFL Greatness. That's a separate one. CFL Greatness Brady Oliveira. That's the glossy one. That's a nice card. Boris Beatty Exclusives, 45 out of 100. Simone Lawrence, 96.
Got it.
This guy was with Toronto. He's now with Edmonton. Just a sec.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you. I love you, John.
Samuel Acheampong.
Number. Oh, got it.
70. Got it. Got it. Man, we're on a cold streak here. Dietrich Nichols, 82.
Got it.
Tim Bonner, 32.
Got it.
Avery Williams, 61.
Got it.
Oh, my God. What a bad run on my pack.
So
Unbelievable.
3 from Eric, none from you.
Okay, well, this is what happens when you're trying to complete a set.
Kean Schaefer Baker, 54.
Got it.
Nick Dembski, 19.
Got it.
Dane Evans, 35.
Got it.
Oh, my God. We got to hit one here.
Jamal Morrow, 5.
Got it.
Bo Levi Mitchell, 91.
Got it.
Bo Lacumbo, CFL Greatness. Put that over there. Trevor Harris, 66.
Got it.
Bo Lacumbo returning to the lineup tonight.
Taylor Cornelius, CFL Greatness. I'll leave this for you, Maddie, over here. Jackson Jeffcoat, 76.
Got it.
Damn it. Dalton Schoen, 26.
Got it.
Mike Rose, 88.
Got it.
Malik Henry, 55.
Come on.
Got it.
Oh, no. Man, we must be close to get this
Skunked
whole
in that
set.
one.
Then. Like, we got to be
Skunked
close.
in that one.
Boris Beatty, 863.
That's a need.
Yes.
There's so much for.
There we go. All right, perfect. Well, that's a good news, Dave.
Hard, too.
David Mackey, 65.
Got it.
Cody Grace, 81.
Got it.
TJ Lee, CFL Greatness. Bo Levi Mitchell, CFL Greatness. Ooh, Cody Fajardi, CFL Greatness.
Hey.
Jersey card. Hello. Adam Bighill, Biggie, 13.
Got it.
Nick Arbuckle, 69.
Got it.
Nice. Derek Dennis, Eugene Lewis checklist. We already have that. And Adelike, 21. Come on, give us an Adelike.
Got it.
I never want to hear you say "got it" again. It was the most disappointing. Every time you say "got it" in that time, I'm like, yeah. It drove up my spine like a dentist drill.
You shut up with your got it, Matthew Iwanek. Anyway, we got 4 more that we needed. And we're going to complete this set. We're going to keep grinding. I hope Mark Cordy's the last one we need.
The white
Like, just
whale.
I
search
think
it out.
22 left.
We got 22
22
left.
left?
I think I counted 26 on here, and we're marking 4 off.
And the set's 100, right?
Yes.
All right, so 22 left. Set's 100.
We got to get this before October 2 or whatever it is. We're gonna have a lot of
what's happening
cracking
on- what's
our
happening
hands.
on October
well,
2?
The old Tim.
I see.
Yeah.
This guy with the Tim's cards.
I shudder every time somebody. Hey,
like,
did you see this? That's the thing.
I saw somebody.
You're out already.
No, October 2nd. They're just showing ads right now. You don't
I've
think we
seen
know?
a couple people with it.
Oh,
No, you
BS.
haven't.
Where?
You shut up. You've seen people with Tim Hortons cards already?
I don't want to say it.
You're tampering.
I'm not. I can't say it.
This is
on air.
tampering. You can't.
What is this? What is this?
talking
Some sort of
about?
special?
No. I just you'll understand when I tell you after.
What's that supposed to mean?
We can literally say anything we want on this show,
No.
and we can't say this. Wow.
No.
Okay.
Are you going to tell us when we go off?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
I bet you
Yeah.
I know now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet you I know now. All right.
And I'm right for not. Yeah.
Yeah. I got beef. I got beef coming up. To that as well. And boy, I want to get to this Ronald Acuna Jr. You see this?
Hey, what's going on?
70-40? We're going to get into this a little bit. That's what I'm going to. That's kind of one of the things I got.
Good
beef
player,
with.
good team.
So we'll get it. We'll get into that coming up. Ian Rapaport around 7:45 today. What do you have beef with this morning? Hit us up in the nasty chat. What do you got beef with? Sports beef, work beef, family beef. We're going to dive into that brand new Smash It segment. I got beef for Acme Meats. We're going to go into that. We're going to dive back into the Thursday Nighter a little bit. Of course, more of your, I know it's only preseason, but messages to 780-218-9999. Hour number 2 of the Nielsen Show coming up in less than 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
The Lock Shop.
I'm a Minshew guy. I think Minshew, like at least right now in these games, actually probably makes them a little bit more competitive. Indy +8 with Minshew might be a play for yours truly.
I like you riding Minshew, buddy. I back on our old show, we were huge Gardner Minshew guys. So Minshew's just steady. There's nothing spectacular about him, but he can manage teams to victories.
The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio, Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.05 on the Nielsen Show. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for taking us to work with you on your drive in today. Very simple. EdmontonSportsTalk.com and listen live. That's it. That's all you got to do. EdmontonSportsTalk.com and listen live. We will be your home after every single Oilers game. Tommy will have your pre and post game show, and we'll be banging out the morning after show and the orange and blue breakfasts as we work our way through the season. We've actually had some buzz for watch parties, reaction videos. How do we describe these? Watch-alongs.
Watch-alongs or live reactions.
There's got to be a better name, than just watch-along. But anyway, we've been thinking about setting up some cameras by the couches and TV here at Edmonton Sports Talk. And then, myself, Eric, Maddie, Tommy, YouTube Trev, Gager, basically whoever wants to pop by. It's like the Hangout, but we're just watching the game, talking about the game. So we think that might be fun. So we might mix in a few of those throughout the season. If
EST After Dark. Launch of EST After Dark.
EST After Dark. Yeah, but what if it's in the spring and they're playing early? Then it's not really dark. It'd be tough. 5 degrees right now. Looking for a high of 17 degrees for today. Some possible showers a little bit later on today as well. If you have any traffic updates, you can pass them along. We might miss them, but if we see them, we can throw them out there to everybody today as well. But yeah, if you'd be interested in EST watch-alongs for some of the Oilers games, let us know. We can schedule some nights to make that happen. You know, we got the beverages. Yeah. Imagine sitting there doing a watch-along with our own beer.
Won't be costing you $20 either.
Yeah, exactly.
Got beef on that.
Well, let's get into it. It's time for I Got Beef, new Smash It segment, 780-218-9999. What do you got beef with? Whether it be at work, in the sports world, maybe around the house, maybe you got beef with your husband or wife. You can share it with us. You can remain anonymous if you want. But what do you have beef with? 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat today on the YouTube. Lieutenant Eric, well, before we get into this, I got beef brought to you by Acme Meats. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Acme Meats, serving Edmonton for over 100 years, 9570 76th Ave. We were talking yesterday, a good bump over at Pro-Am because of the nasties. If you're looking to get your meat, right, if you want to go get some good beef, these guys got you covered. Go see Corey and his crew at the Acme Meat Market, 9570 76th Ave. Let them know that you're an AM Nasty. I'm sure they would appreciate it. We would appreciate it. And your taste buds will appreciate the moistness of the beef.
Fresh cuts.
Yeah. Corey is promising us show meat, which I can't wait to get our hands on. A little show meat during the segment. What do you got beef with? Your mouth is just like full of ground beef.
Raw, yeah.
Raw ground beef. By the kilo. We have a scale right here. We could weigh how much show meat Corey dropped off.
Why? We can both see this happening. Like that's I enjoy talking about it so much. Just beef, ground beef everywhere.
You want 100 grams of ground beef? Here you go. Here's some ground chuck for you.
I'll take 1,000.
Yeah, there you go. All right, buddy. What do you got beef with?
Well, the NHL preseason schedule is just too damn long, and that's like we discussed it earlier.
Easy thing to have beef with.
It's easy. Look, this isn't a we're not talking a Texas steer-sized beef here. I have, but it's a beef nonetheless. I just think this time of year, the NFL is back, sports, football is back, baseball is heating up, wild card race. I think the NHL just kind of like slowly getting into the pre. I understand what the preseason is for. I think most people do. Again, coaches evaluating things, and it takes time, and blah, blah, blah. I just think people are so ready to go. and just with continuing to having to go through this exercise every second night of, Gleason, I know it's preseason. It's frustrating. It's preseason, but I don't give a damn. That's my beef. There's really
I don't give a damn either, but I had like 9 things from the game last
night
that kind of rattled me.
That's what I hate too. Like I hate taking 9 things from a preseason game. And then we look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and some team just whacks 10-0. We're like, oh, it's preseason.
Wait a second. You look at the out-of-town scoreboard in preseason, you sick bastard.
But this is the out-of-town scoreboard to somebody else. None of it matters.
You know what game I like to play?
Don't even keep score.
I like to pretend that there's preseason playoffs. And you got to be in the top 4 in the division to make it in.
Maybe
put something on the line here.
We've been talking, Maddie, about little cups and so maybe the preseason cup.
A preseason cup.
Brought to you by BioSteel or something.
That would be great.
Just a small. Mm-hmm. Or a plate. You know how they do in Europe?
A plate.
You mean a plate, yeah.
You can't do things in Europe over here, especially with hockey fans. Yeah. Hockey fans are going to be like, oh, that's stupid. Can't even drink out of a plate. Ducky is in and says, Acme Meats is the best in the Edmonton area. I drive in from the Fort just to get meat from Corey and the gang.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's a guy who's driving in from the Fort. Now, does he mean
Chippewa?
Fort McMurray? Fort Chip?
I'm saying Fort Chip.
Sask?
It's got to be Fort Chip.
I hope it's Fort Chip. And I hope when he comes down, he's got like a freezer in the back of his truck, and he's just loading up. I think that would be good. I want to roll in there with a steer, like a live steer, and take it to Corey and say, excuse me, Corey, I'll need this turned into steak by tomorrow afternoon.
I'll be back by 4.
Can you turn this around that quickly? All right. Maddie, do you have any beefs? Maddie's got no beefs. Maddie's a pretty calm, happy guy now.
Yeah.
I got a beef. If you have a beef, Maddie, let us know, because you can chime in here with a beef as well. JCD780 says, I got beef with drive-through height restrictions. As I got the van, he can't get through
still,
the
and I hear you, man. That's frustrating.
If you have that much of a beef with that, you should just get a different job. Like if you really want to go through are you
Yeah.
living your best life if you were restricted from the drive-thrus that you so desperately want to seek? I'm not sure you are. Burglar is in and says, I got beef. Imagine having the most original team name ever, the Bears, and still all you can come up with for a logo is the letter C.
Didn't they switch their primary? Like their primary now is the bear head. And that's what they use for the scoring.
But now, but you see the
but
C
on the
everywhere.
Helmet. I know, not on the helmet. You
see
should
the
put that
C
on
everywhere.
the helmet. Put the bear head on the helmet.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Guys, if it's show meat, ask Corey to bring it in tube form. He does custom sausage as well. And my beef with is he doesn't offer the ultimate breakfast sausage every week. It's the best. Cheers, Neil. So Neil's got beef with Corey because some of his best meat he can't get every single week.
I keep thinking of show meat Otani. I want like a beef form of Shohei Otani, just a ground beef sitting here, and we pick at it. And we call it show meat Otani, and we just keep. I'm ripping off an arm. And we got to eat the whole every
time we do
get it out
the
of my
segment,
head.
we have to wheel in what's left of show meat Otani.
Every time you say show meat, I can't get it out of my head. A couple pimentos as the eyes.
Show meat Otani is one of my favorite things you've ever said.
Angel's
We've been
cap on
together for over a decade. This is what we do now. I'm making a note for YouTube Trev to clip it. Clip it, Trev. Clip show meat Otani and put it out on the line, and then people will be like, wow, this show's really funny. Yeah, just
biting off a chunk.
Show meat Otani.
Give me that elbow.
I don't know if it's latte that's got me all hopped up
Whoa.
today, but that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. I'm like YouTube Trev. That's just one of the greatest jokes of my life.
Last night's
Really is.
preseason game was the greatest. Somebody text that in 218-9999.
Guys, I got beef. My wife is dog sitting for a coworker. The dog does not like me. It barks at me constantly. It slept in my room, and when I woke up, kept barking. I even tried to play fetch. Dumb dog. That's from Kevin from the village. Man, when you're house sitting a dog, you allow it to sleep in your room? No, thank you. That's not your dog. You don't know where that dog's been. You're allowing this dog to sleep in your room? No chance. No chance.
I got beef with that.
Kev, you got to get this. You got to get this. Yeah, you got to get this under control. I got beef with you, Kev. Grow some nuts. Force this dog to sleep on the kitchen floor, man. Like, that's insane. I got beef with my wife still keeping the window open at night. I agree with drive-through heights, though. 9-6 van. There's really not many places you can go.
Yeah, and it's got to be a tough game. Nobody's like, you can't walk in at this time of day, right? You're driving around looking for that height.
You got
keeping the window open at night. It's freezing now, isn't it? Not like there's frost warning.
It seems a little too chilly for window open at night.
Yeah, or turn off your furnace maybe.
We're not family that
boiling
has
in here.
furnace on at night already. We just kind of let it cool down throughout the night, right?
Yeah.
Good morning, gents. I got beef with peeps that bring in whole steers and want them cut by the afternoon. That's from Corey the Butcher at Acme Meats. Well, I thought you'd be able to turn it around.
You call yourself a butcher.
Also, Corey, if you're watching or listening this morning, where are we at on Show Meat Otani? Can we make something happen? That would be
I want his actual dimensions, height, weight, the whole thing. Like it's got to be the meat. Show meat.
Okay, so here's people are saying windows open, please. I don't know.
Now?
In the summer?
Yeah, sure.
Like on a cool spring evening or something? Sure. But we're getting to Edmonton fall.
You're cuddling up here, right?
When it hits hockey preseason time, windows are closed at night. Here's what I got beef with. So Ronald Acuna became the first player in Major League Baseball history last night to hit 40 bombs and steal 70 bags in the same season. He stole the base, got to second. Everybody was celebrating. It was close baseball game. Cubbies fighting for a playoff spot. Braves obviously cruising. Holds up, looks back to the dugout a couple times, then pulls the base out, and like Ricky Henderson's this thing, like, which you became the first. You know how like the history of baseball is basically the history of humans. Essentially, it's been around forever. You've just done something that nobody else, I'm not even sure, is capable of doing at this stage of baseball. But to steal 70 bags and 40, the Cubbies announcers, this is who I got beef with. They started complaining. They're like, you're gonna run a highlight montage here in the middle of the game? Come on, Cubbies announcers. Understand the history of the game. If anybody should understand the history of the game, you'd think it would be Chicago Cubs announcers. So I got beef with those guys not living in the moment. Like you just called history. You called Major League Baseball history. So the team you're playing against wants to do something special for the guy. You're going to bitch about it? Come on. I got beef with you, Chicago Cubs announcers. Drives me nuts. Also, how insane is 70 stolen bases and 40 home runs? Who does this guy think he is? Jose Canseco?
Just settle down. It's, act like you've been there before, right?
But nobody's been there.
Well, it's a bit of jealousy, though, coming from the Cubs.
I think that's what it is.
That's their fans, right? It's a good moment. I don't have any problem with what he did, nor should.
No, I got no beef with him.
No beef.
I don't know. Was he going too far lifting the base out and stuff? Though?
Well, but
I think enjoy these moments. People are going to see that highlight forever.
And you're probably a little drunk in the moment. Like things are going on. You just do what you do in that moment. Maybe you ask him today and he settled down. Yeah, and maybe not. But, why not? Live a little. It's good.
This text in and says, no open window, but the ceiling fan and the side table fan stay on all year long.
Well, you can keep that air moving. That's a little nice. But
yeah, I guess.
You don't want to be in front of that thing.
Are we on a really high setting? Or are we on just like a regular setting?
Like the ceiling fan that just you can see the blade moving, right? It's
not
even really doing anything.
Yeah. Anyway, I got beef. Brought to you by Acme Meats. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Acme Meats, serving Edmonton for over 100 years. 9570 76th Ave. And as was mentioned earlier in the show today, somebody has drove there all the way from Fort Chip to get their beef.
Also, screw the Cubs. They're in that wild card. The Marlins are them, and they're tied. Like, go Marlins, right? This is a Marlins station, Marlins City. Where if you want to be anti-Cubs, that proves it.
Take that, Cubbies.
You don't deserve to be in any postseason with that attitude.
Take that.
Baseball's fun.
All right, we were down at Alley Cat yesterday. We're going to bring you up to speed on where we're at on the naming of the beer contest. Keep those suggestions rolling in. We will go there. Ian Rapaport's going to pop by. We'll set up the Thursday nighter. And the Kansas City Chiefs was the key to really getting people to care about their season, having Taylor Swift pop by. It was a story we first discussed here with Ian Rapaport a couple of weeks ago. So Rap Sheet will be by around 7:45 today. More of your text messages to the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Let's hammer that thumbs up. Let's crush that thing. I think we're at like 47 right now. Let's crank that number up a notch. Just hammer it up over 100 as we work our way through the day. We've got a sports rewind right now for Lieutenant Eric. Here we go.
Stuart Skinner stopping 21 of 22 shots faced in his preseason debut. Connor McDavid with the overtime winner. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins also getting on the score sheet as the Oilers pick up their first win of the preseason, 2-1 over the Canucks from Rogers Place. Preseason schedule will continue Friday when Edmonton visit the Flames. Aaron Judge with a pair of home runs. Jays shut out again last night, 6-0 by the Yankees. Toronto remain in the second wildcard spot, half game up on Houston and 2 up on Seattle. Jays look to avoid the sweep later tonight when they'll send Chris Bassett to the Hill. Week 4 of the NFL kicks off tonight from Lambeau. It's the Packers and Lions. You can join me at the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Centric Casino Fort Road. It is smoked brisket cheesesteak night and another chance for you to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to Los Angeles to check out the Rams and Browns. That game will go down beginning of December. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Centric Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day. This Sports Rewind brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and service, servicing many industries we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
2 guys and a goalie.
Babcock's gone. The Blue Jackets had an availability. They made a major mistake. Cash, your thoughts on how this looks on that organization?
Out of all the hires, this is the one that we felt was going to make us the best. Quite clearly, it was not.
It's just a weird kind of thing to do, to ask someone to look at their phone and the pictures on their phone. If you think by seeing a photo you're going to learn a lot about a person, then follow them on social media. I'm sure if Mike Babcock requested to follow a few members of his Columbus Blue Jackets, what he did was wrong. He hasn't changed a bit.
2 guys and a goalie with Gager, Cassian, and Nielsen. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Get to know the winners. Props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey. Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$7:25 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here on this Thursday morning. Very much appreciated. Tell all your friends about the show. They can listen or watch very easily. EdmontonSportsTalk.com. There's a listen live button. That'll take you straight to the audio player, and you can listen to the show, hop in your car, connect it to your Bluetooth, yada, yada, yada. Bob's your uncle. Or you can watch it. And right here on YouTube.
And if you want me to walk you through it personally tonight, join me at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for Thursday Night Football, Lions and Packers. But show up, bring your phone, and I will sit you down. We will do it together. We'll get
I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, I did it to a table of 6 on Monday.
It literally takes us 4 seconds to add the homepage to your phone.
4 seconds? That's.
I can do it in 4 seconds.
I usually use 10 because you want to make sure. But someone's been practicing.
Ready? Ready? I want you to time me. Ready? Go. Done.
6.
Damn it. And you, Maddie, you over there counting like this was rattling me.
I counted
I know,
8.
but
8? Wow.
What are you talking about, 8?
I counted 8 seconds.
That was quicker than 8 seconds.
I said 6, but I mean, it depends.
Were you even counting, though?
Oh, yeah, I have a watch. I have a Casio.
Looks like we've got a controversy on our hands.
Well, I know it's preseason, but
I felt like that was way faster than.
I got 8.
It wasn't 4.
So
it wasn't 4. It wasn't 4 though.
In between, that's 7.
I didn't need the added pressure of this. I saw you counting like this, and I was like, Maddie, come on, you're rattling me. I'm trying to stay focused.
You should be People are staring at you. Listeners are staring at you. You need to be able to do it in the moment.
He was talking a big game, wasn't he?
You're right.
4
That's the
seconds.
thing.
That's-
You're right. I need to step up.
Who are you, Ronald Acuna Jr.?
Yeah, a field goal kicker go kick without any pressure, but you got to put some sort of pressure.
Who do you think I am? Dean Faithful?
Holding the phone over your head.
Yeah. I want Dean to do that celebration on his next field goal. Add Edmonton Sports Talk to the home screen on his phone. You just do that, be good.
Does the Joe pulls a phone out of the equipment, gets fined?
We should have given him a T-shirt, and after his next kick, he can lift up his jersey and have an Edmonton
missed
Sports Talk
opportunity.
underneath.
I think any athlete that comes in here, we give them a shirt.
Hey, we want you
know.
to wear this over your jersey, please.
Do it.
We'll see how that goes over. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Ian Rapaport's coming up for Century Casino. He's going to be by here around 7:45 today. Big Maple Sports Car says, guys, I know it's pre-draft season, but the commish is in fine form. I cannot wait for our first draft. You realize how giddy we're going to be that day, sitting in the Hangout studio, getting ready to do a draft? It's gonna be absolutely amazing.
You'll be more stressed out than actually launching the station, I think.
Oh yeah,
That's
I get very panicky during drafts.
2 latte day.
A 2 latte day for draft day. Now that would be incredible. That would be great. All right. So yesterday we went and checked out. We announced this on Monday. We've got a few really good names that have sort of emerged, but I know there's more bangers out there. And we are launching our own beer here at Edmonton Sports Talk. It'll be a Nielson Show beer. It's going to be a lager from Alley Cat. We were down there yesterday doing some taste testing and getting a tour and everything. YouTube Trev is going to put together a little video we'll bang out later this week. It was fun. It was good down there yesterday. It was neat seeing like the inner workings of a brewery. That was cool.
I was going to say, I don't get down to a brewery every day, but I frequent them, but getting into the back, right? And getting the smells and everything in the tour, and very educated people there, telling us stuff we didn't know, but very nice, very warm and welcome. And the place, as they said, started as Bay 1. They've added like Bay 2, 3, 4. Like it's one of those, it's a success story here in terms of breweries. And Alley Cat, of course, the brand.
Yeah, if you're in that at 99th Street area, man, go hit up that Alley Cat tap room for a couple of bevies after work. I think
very nice, yeah.
You'll really like it. They got all the different beers on tap in there. You can go in, pick up some 4-packs.
You shared a story about your first encounter with the brand.
I tried
way back
Skona
then.
Gold way back in the day. I was going to a party at somebody's house out in Sherwood Park, stopped at a liquor store, and I'd always just been like a Coors Light, Bud Light type of guy. Sometimes if I had some money, I'd go Kokanee Gold. Oh. But I said, you know what? I'm going to get into this craft beer scene. And I picked up a 12-pack bottles of Skona Gold. And we had some Skona Gold yesterday down there. I had a little apricot down there yesterday as well. And then it wasn't, I feel like it's extremely different than if we were, let's go to Acme and go into the back at Acme Meats.
I would hope it's different.
that it's different when you go see it and you're like, oh, so this is how my beef is made.
Yeah.
Cool. Whereas you go to the back of Alley Cat and you see how the beer's all put together, and it's a very cool process.
Well, the assembly line, the little trolleys and tracks, the cans all travel down. It's pretty neat. I picked up this dill pickle sauce. They sell sauces.
How
shirts.
was that dill pickle
I
sauce?
haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting for the wife to get home. She gets home later today.
Nice.
It's a bit of a gift. It's nice, but a nice dill pickle sauce to put on really anything they were saying. But no, it's more than a brewery. Alley Cat, more than a brewery.
A couple of other notes here. We talked a little bit earlier how YouTube Trev was freaking out because his batteries were dying on his camera.
He also went on no gas.
Yeah,
he was on E the entire
no gas
time.
Getting there. YouTube Trev is a mess. We love him. But Tommy Gazzola, this is the first time since we started this that Tommy Gazzola was early for something. It's the first time. He's been late for literally every single thing he's done.
When we got there, because he was like,
he was there
having a great
already.
afternoon,
He's like, hey, boys, glad you can make it. But if you have a name for this lager that we're putting together, text us, 780-218-9999. Obviously, if we end up using your name, you'll get some recognition. You'll get a flat of this stuff. It should be really awesome. So if you have a name, hit us up, 780-218-9999. Some people have suggested the Nasty Cat. I think that was Glenn down in Calgary. He sent us even some can art already for the Nasty Cat. I mean, it kind of works well with apricot and some of the stuff they've got going on over there. Yeah. But I think we got a couple of front runners right now. So let's just kind of lay out where it's at so you know the tier, like how good you have to be to kind of get in the mix. The front runners right now would be the 6 o'clocker lager and the What Say Brew.
What Say Brew is great.
Those are both really strong starts. Ties into the show nicely. Not a bad name for a beer. We can do some other fun things with it. Some people have been suggesting, like the conch lager. and it kind of sounds nice, like a conch lager like that.
Goldschlager.
So that's an option as well. But in the nasty chat right now on YouTube, if you have any ideas, feel free to hit us up there.
But regardless, whatever the name is, it will be the clear choice.
Yeah, exactly. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports and Edmonton beer. That's how it's going to work with Alley Cat. We also met a guy we're only describing as the beer wizard. Hey,
he was smart. He was humble. He wasn't looking to be like, sometimes some of those guys like to really turn it on and amaze you with what they know. And,
yeah. We're not talking about Cam, who like runs the whole operation.
Yeah.
We're talking about like one of his main brewers.
Yeah.
And he looked like the beer wizard. I like a little bit of a beard, a little bit of a longer beard, longer hair. Beer wizard.
But that quiet guy in the back of the room that knows everything.
Oh, he knew
but
everything.
won't trumpet it or anything like that.
Anytime we suck some info out of him, and you'll see Beer Wizard will probably pop up in the video somewhere, I would think.
Yep.
Anytime we sucked information, he's like the most knowledgeable beer dude I've ever seen.
That's the guy I want brewing my beer.
Yeah. He's who Scott Laurie wishes he was. Right? Scott probably hopes to one day advance to the category of beer wizard.
And talk about being late.
Yeah.
Scott didn't even show up.
Yeah,
travel plans easy. He's just
Scott was supposed to join us. He texted me, said, just landed in Kelowna. Cool story.
Playboy
How come
life.
you're not here? Yeah. What's going on? Clint says, guys, it has to be What Say Brew. So good. Well, the What Say Brew is good. The 6 o'clocker lager is good. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 if you have a name for the Nielson Show lager. The EST lager of adult things.
It'll get people talking.
That's not bad. Nasty Juice is one that's kind of been lurking around as well.
Somebody wants it like a talking can, and you pop the one, and it's a conch sound. Hey, like a kind of.
Now the guy who I don't think Alley Cat's going to be able to go
I
there for the
know.
canning.
We could dream.
But can you imagine if you're like, oh, hey, throw me a 6 o'clocker lager, and then you grabbed it and you opened up the can and you heard this. That would be amazing. I think impossible, at least for our first one. We'll see where it goes from there. We were talking about it today. We were recapping things. Like we said, you'll see some videos come out on social here at some point this week of our taste testing and all that fun stuff. Cam from Alley Cat, we were saying this morning, a little bit of a similar look to Zach Wilson.
I didn't want to say
like
anything.
Blonde,
Maybe he hates
clean
the
cut
Jets.
jaw, clean shaven. A little bit of a baby face.
The Wizard's the guy I want brewing my beer.
Yeah.
He's the guy I want front of shop.
know.
I mean, what a host. What a host.
Yeah.
Host with the most last night.
He a little bit of a Zach Wilson vibe in like the non-sucky way. Like the looks.
Yeah.
The looks. But you see this Zach Wilson thing? Now, I don't know where this is coming from. Was it Jets Nation or something like that?
Well, you want to talk about tampering here.
I think I've got it. Yeah. I feel like this is just a made-up story that somebody wants to put out there just to kind of make Zach Wilson.
Well, it's the CFL. Ha, right?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Jets Nation CP. No idea. The CFL is being pegged as a potential landing spot if New York Jets quarterback Zach Wilson, with the Edmonton Elks as the favorite. So this story actually linked to a sports book, not Cool Bet because they're not ridiculous, but to a different sports book who has the Edmonton Elks as the odds-on favorite for Zach Wilson, which this has to be a make-believe world. Like why? But at the same time, why would you make up this story?
Well,
like of all the stories you're going to make up, why are you making up this story?
I mean, there are like neg list rights, correct? He would be. That would be.
Yeah, but I'm pretty we've seen the Elks neg list.
I'm
pretty sure Zach Wilson's not on it.
Like that's when I look at guys like Zach Wilson in the NFL, you kind of look to, okay, well, who has the first right of refusal? I don't know why you'd be saying the Elks are at the top if that's not the case. I don't know. I mean, the account has 300 followers.
Yeah, but like the sports book that has these odds up is a legitimate sports book.
But you know,
we can't get to it in our region,
but stuff that is kind
I know, it just doesn't make any sense.
Have a little fun with it.
Plus, this team is built around a Canadian quarterback who's just scratching the surface right now.
I put out the tweet this morning, Ford, and then the greater sign Wilson.
You know what? I like that. Let's stand up for the Canadian. To be honest with you, Wilson's not that guy.
Well, hey,
like Wilson's just not that guy.
Prove me wrong.
Do you think we'll get to Rapoport here in a second. We're not going to bring this up at Rapoport. He probably has no idea what's going on this story. But do you guys think that the Chad Kelly story would drive other quarterbacks up here to Canada? Like Swag Kelly, well known south of the border, always had a pretty good following. The fact that he's come up here, had success, signed a 3-year deal, got paid. Do you think it moves the needle for other quarterbacks? You're like, I'm not going up to CFL. How's the CFL going to help me? Do you think it changes that vibe at all?
I think probably, and there are other cases in the past where you could say, hey, I was touted high. I do get drafted. Maybe some things happen off the field that don't, and then life happens. And then, but again, this is a place where if you want to get tape, if you want to get back to the NFL, if you want to do a variety of things, hell, if you want to move up here and start a life and have a family or whatever, like different guys, different reasons find themselves up here. And for Chad Kelly, it's a name of sorts. It's a guy that I think gets it. A guy that I think in the market he's in really looks at it and says, you know what, I can be somebody here, and I can also help this thing along the way. And if he wants to get back to the NFL, I think all of that, it's not just what you're doing on the field, right? It's harnessing your character, polishing up your image, doing all those things that, require you to be a 5-star in the NFL. I mean, you have to be not only on the field, you have to keep everything clean, clear, and kind of palatable to the public. So I think Chad Kelly coming up here and kind of doing that, getting a second crack at his pro career, I think that does have to echo to some guys. And again, some guys have come up here and done that before. They've tried and failed. It doesn't work for everybody.
It's a quarterback league, man.
Yeah.
And why would you not want to have success and take advantage
You
of
heard
it?
Aikman's words earlier in the week regarding the Dolphins and the offense. I mean, you got the big field up here. You got guys running around, fast-paced offenses. Look, if you're coming up here to get tape, that's one thing too, and you can do that. But it's not viewed. I mean, football people know football people, and you come up here and you have some success. It can be translated down south as well, and vice versa.
For certain styles of quarterback, it would be a really good fit.
Absolutely,
it'd be a really good fit. All right, let's get to a couple of text messages here on possible other names. The Daddy Likes Lager.
It's got a good ring to it.
It rolls nicely.
That's what he punched.
The Daddy Likes Lager. Well, Daddy likes lager.
Daddy likes lager.
But, Mommy likes lager too.
Yeah.
So that's tough. This one's in from Denny today. It says, guys, what about with taps wide open? Playing a Creed song with arms wide open. With taps
use
wide
that
open.
somewhere, right? Yeah.
Good morning, boys. Has anyone recommended Renee's Bath Lager for beer names? As opposed to like Renee's Bath Water, Renee's Bath Lager.
Maybe we make like a mint julep type of thing, or like some sort of a spirit. That would be. We could take these ideas as well. We're gonna create a whole we got the lager now, but Ale of the North, all that stuff. Let's keep it in the drawer.
Northside Sandwich just sent 20 options involving EST as the lager. We'll have to sort through those, man. That's a lot to unpack. A lot to unpack on the Nasty Chat today and in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Eric's got a Sports Center update coming your way. NFL Insider, one of, if not the absolute best in the biz. He is going to pop by. We'll set up the Thursday nighter here as well. Very much looking forward to the chat with Rapoport. Somebody texted in and said, hey, guys, if Rap Sheet's going to be calling from a submarine again today? Remember last week, his phone? This could be fun. We'll get into that after a sports update from LTE.
Edmonton Oilers picking up their first preseason win, 2-1 over the Canucks from Rogers Place. Connor McDavid with the overtime winner. Stuart Skinner stopping 21 of 22 shots faced. The preseason rolls on Friday when the Oilers visit the Flames. Aaron Judge with a pair of homers. Jays shut out again last night, 6-0 to the Yankees. Toronto remained in the second wildcard spot. Half game up on Houston, 2 up on Seattle. Jays look to avoid the sweep later tonight. They'll send Chris Bassett to the mound. Week 4 in the NFL kicking off tonight from Lambeau Field. We'll have more on that coming up next with our NFL insider Ian Rapaport. You can join me tonight for the game at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road. It's the Lions and the Packers. And another chance for you to qualify into a draw for a trip for 2 to LA to catch the Rams and Browns. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day. This sports update is brought to you by the staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki. Mitch would walk through fire for his daughters. Well, not fire because it's dangerous, but maybe a super humid room, but not too humid because of his hair.
Oh my God.
Why am I looking at that?
Wait, why are you slowing down? Frank? No way. Frank?
Hey, honey. Hey.
What on earth are you doing?
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
there's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing.
Now.
Okay.
Lease the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-90 inline-6 turbo or plug-in hybrid to have room for absolutely everybody with its third-row seating.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The EST Hangout.
Matawanek, Tom Gazzolo.
Yeah.
As well as we got Min Darwal from CBC and Doug McLean, Golden Bears Pandas analyst, along with the Stingers.
I think the older this kid gets,
Connor?
you're starting to see glimpses of what we're not privy to inside that room.
But yeah, now we're starting to see these guys put a stamp on this team. I think that culture that they're creating, instead of having it top down where it has a trickle down effect, I think it's working both ways where it kind of dictates what happens with the executive and the hockey side of the front office.
EST Hangout, weekday mornings at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for The Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio, Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
$7:45 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for popping by and checking us out today. If you're watching on YouTube, chime in the nasty chat. If you were listening on our live online station, text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That's 780-218-9999. And we've got Ian Rapaport popping by for Century Casino. You can join Lieutenant Eric tonight for the Packers and the Lions at the Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. Going to have a nice little crew out there tonight. Should be a pretty good time.
Atif will be rolling in.
People are looking forward to it. So swing on by. Should be a very interesting game tonight as well. We'll get to that with Ian Rapaport, who joins us this morning. Rapshi, good morning, buddy. How you doing?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Man, we're just still trying to get our heads wrapped around this Taylor Swift bump for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a real thing, isn't it?
I mean, are you talking about the relationship or the interest in the Chiefs? Because I would say both seem to be pretty real to me. I mean, it is interesting because I think a lot of people are skeptical, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's publicity. So I'm like, well, first of all, it's brought a whole new group of eyeballs.
Yep.
A whole new group of eyeballs to football, which I think is probably good. Also, like, it's clearly just two young people who like each other, and like watching that, even though it's kind of weird and it's like a big national thing, is kind of cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to see. And, you know, when you first see her at the game, you're thinking, oh, okay, like, this is kind of cool. Like, good for them. That's fun. She looked like she was very much enjoying herself.
Yeah.
But then you see, like...
Now, I would say this. If I was going to go on a date, which I'm married, so I'm not, but if I was, telling my date, hey, I'll get you a box, and then having her sit next to my mom, I'm not sure would exactly be my choice.
Yeah.
But,
well, we said on Monday, we're like,
my mom also isn't down at Kelsey, so.
How is she already next to the mom? You know, like, that's pretty quick. Sometimes you wait months to meet the parents.
Yeah, no, she moved right in, moved into the suite, was high-fiving the mom, like, that was the whole thing.
You know, it's funny because you guys, I mean, you're around the league, obviously 24/7. Like, we're watching and we're seeing like the ticket price, the tickets being sold, and obviously Kelsey's social media status being elevated by the Swifties here. I honestly never thought anything could make the National Football League bigger or more prominent. And one superstar singer has seemed to do that, which I think just goes to show how impressive her following is.
You know, there are times when the NFL will cross over into kind of like entertainment or the real world, but it's almost always bad, right? Like,
yeah.
It's almost always like Antonio Brown does something crazy, or like Tom Brady gets suspended or retires, or, you know, there's not a lot of them, but there's a couple times when the NFL really crosses over. This is one where it's like, you know, yes, the people in my mentions are kind of annoyed that we keep talking about Taylor Swift, but otherwise, like, there's not a lot bad about this. It's just, you know, a fun, nice person who happens to be a great singer who likes football, who brings all the fans to football. Like, I sort of like, I'm not quite sure why people are annoyed by it, but there are no losers here. I think we all should just kind of enjoy it.
It is a weird thing to be annoyed by, that's for sure.
Ian, just last one on this. Where do you see this going, gazing in your crystal ball? Like, hypothetically, does she get a job with the team calling plays? Does Kelsey, you know, appear on a record? Where do you kind of see this thing ultimately leading to, if you're to guess?
Well, you know, I think one of the big growth areas of the NFL teams kind of in the last 5 or so years is their digital teams. And, you know, she's obviously a good enough writer. You know, would I be surprised if she popped up on a Chiefs, you know, some sort of Chiefs video? Maybe she could write one. She is a good writer. She writes a lot of her own songs. Could she end up like Melissa Etheridge doing a song on Good Morning Football? Like, you know, I think there's a lot of ways for Taylor Swift to contribute to our universe, and I'm really looking forward to seeing which way it goes.
Everything she touches goes to number one. Yeah. So I'm sure it would work. It'd be the number one song everywhere. Just like Kelsey's podcast, man. It's been absolutely through the roof as well. Let's dive into some of the football. We'll get to the game tonight here in just a second. But you got the Minnesota Vikings are 0-3. The Chicago Bears are 0-3. The Panthers are 0-3. Of course, the Denver Broncos are also 0-3. When you look at those teams, are any of, like, which season from that group do you think is still salvageable?
I think the Vikings are going to end up okay. Like, you know, I could see the Vikings over 500. Last year they had a lot of one score games that they won. This year it's kind of been the opposite, but they're a good enough team with a defense that I think is going to end up being good enough and a quarterback who's playing well. Like, I think the Vikings above all are going to be okay. I am not sure that the Broncos are going to be okay. Obviously I have some questions there. I'm not sure the Bears are going to be okay. You know, Bears had the number one pick last year, traded it for a boatload of picks. You know, potentially could be looking at the same thing this year. It's pretty rough. But, you know, who's the other one? Who's the other?
Panthers, Bears, Vikings, and Broncos.
Panthers, yeah. I think the Panthers will be okay, too, although they're a little different because their bit about success or whatever is more determined by how the quarterback plays than anything else.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that story plays out. Ian Rapaport with us on the show this morning. What happens? What are we talking about at the quarterback position in 3 weeks with the New York Jets? Where do you think this goes?
I don't really know how we can do another. I mean, we have a whole season of this.
Yeah.
And it's like every week has felt like, What are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? What are they going to do now? And like, I don't know what they're going to do now. Like, how many more options are there? You know, I mean, they have Trevor Simmons going to sign on the practice squad. You know, what if at some point maybe he gets a shot? They have Tim Boyles on the actually on the 53-man roster now. Presumably he'll get a shot at some point if they bench, you know, Zach Wilson. I just, you know, it's a problem. It is a real problem because there's not a lot of answers out there. Like, which quarterbacks who can come in and start are on the street? And there's Carson Wentz, you know, who is obviously not the choice here. I'm not sure why, but he's not.
Yeah.
Where else can they go? They're not going to trade for anyone. Like, at some point, you know, this happens enough and you go, okay, well, this is just the lost season.
You know, you said you're not sure why on Wentz. Do you have any inkling? Or is there a lean here? Like, because to me, he's a guy who could at least manage a pretty decent team.
Yeah, I mean, his play has gone downhill, and there's no upside at all. Plus, you know, he's a lot. I think personality-wise, he's a lot.
Okay.
So maybe that has something to do with maybe, you know, I just, you know, it's someone who you're okay if he's the starter, but not the starter. Maybe it's not okay. But I've just been, he's still young. Now, he's made a lot of money, but he does seem to want to play. I just, you know, I don't get the sense there's been any move from anyone to sign him.
NFL Insider Ian Rapaport with us on the Nielsen Show this morning. Lions and Packers tonight. What's the health status of David Montgomery?
I think David Montgomery is going to play. He has a thigh bruise, which, you know, when he injured it, probably felt terrible. And he told reporters, yeah, I'll probably miss a couple games, but sounds like he's probably going to go. Sounds like Taylor Decker's probably going to go. Emmanuel Mosley probably not going to go. And then, you know, for the Packers, we got Christian Watson, who's probably going to go, and Aaron Jones is probably going to go. So I do think it's like as close to full strength maybe as it could be. I think this is a great one tonight. And for those people who haven't watched Jordan Love, he's been really fun. And I hope that we do get to see the good Jordan Love so the whole country can watch him. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's what I was going to say. Early returns on Love. I think Packers fans would have to be pretty. I wouldn't go as. Yeah, I know. I will say they have to be pretty excited about what they might have here, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
And this has been so interesting because after year one, everyone knew that it was a horrible wasted draft pick, and Jordan Love sucked. And then after year two, it was like, yeah, he's probably not good. And then it's like he plays a little bit, and you're like, ooh, you know what? Actually, maybe he's okay. And I think that's kind of where we're at now is like, you know what? Maybe we got something here. And it's like, maybe because he waited, because he learned, because he wasn't exposed, maybe the Packers knew what they were talking about and maybe they got somebody good. This whole thing has honestly been really fascinating. I think the Packers might win out here.
Ian, just before we let you go and switching gears a bit, Josh Dobbs, Christmas in his household as he finally tracks down the jersey. Had a bit of problems getting his own personalized jersey. You had some of this up online as well, but you also mentioned your trading card. This is a trading card kind of quasi show as well.
We're a huge card
cracking
show,
packs all the time. I'm looking at this card right now. It's
Do you
a
guys
beautiful.
have my card?
No.
Beautiful. Well, is it a one of one? How do we kind of get our hands on this thing?
It's in the Topps Allen and Ginter collection.
Okay.
So if you guys are
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a hell of a look.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know that set.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
well, make sure to get them. I signed a lot of them.
So we can go searching for the Rapoport auto.
Yeah. I mean, I signed enough of them. You should be able to get plenty of them. It's hilarious too because they used my Kentucky Derby suit picture, which is always a great one, but not exactly what I always look like on TV. So.
Is there a piece of the suit on the card, like the actual suit, like a bit of the game worn?
There is a piece of a tie and then a pocket square.
No way.
Love it.
Man,
Love it.
I love it. That's it. What was that like for you when they're like, we're going to put you in a set. We need your tie, your pocket square.
The whole thing was really weird. When they arrived, it was really weird. But I think what's odd for me is like the reaction from people when they find out is like they go like, I can't believe this. And I'm like, you know, it is kind of weird. It's like, but my life is weird, so that actually makes sense.
That's awesome.
We're going to go Rapoport hunting.
We're going to track this down. We're going to do a couple of boxes of stuff till we get one. Great stuff, man. We'll catch you up next week. There you go.
All right, good stuff, guys. Take care.
See you later. There you go. That's Ian Rapaport. Maddie, you're working on this card, hey?
It's you like the look?
Yeah. Well,
like
you can always just save the image, Maddie, and then pop it up. That would probably help.
I think it's
a
a pretty
little bit
decent
easier.
shot of him.
He's gonna get it up here though. It's it looks good. Look at this.
That's like
we got to get our hands on one of these bad boys. You know where you can get these? Wayne Sports Cards. I like to crack these packs every once in a while. They're kind of unique sort of cards. Now, a lot of the time, I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is, but I would love to go and pull Ian Rapaport. We got to get.
And you get an auto too.
We got to get our hands on that.
Rapoport auto.
That would be pretty cool. That would be good. Rapoport, your NFL guest today. If you're looking for that NFL stuff, they've got you covered over at Pro-Am. Sideline headwear, new era. They've been moving a ton of those Heritage Classic jerseys. They got the signing announced with Grant Fuhr as well. So if you want to get some Oiler, do you know the one thing I saw in the Grant Fuhr signing? You can get like the 87 Canada Cup, like the half maple leaf.
Okay.
I think one of the coolest trophies in hockey history.
Yeah.
You can get that signed by Fuhr. That's an option over there as well. So you can certainly do that, which I think would be pretty cool. But they've got all your NFL stuff too for Mitchell and Ness. We're looking at the sideline headwear, the new era throwback jerseys. Barry Sanders, Prime. Visit them all. Pro-Am Sports on St. Albert Trail, 1 block north of Yellowhead, or online at proamsports.ca. Got you covered on a number of different levels. All right, 3 questions too many is on the way. We will dive into that. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many, nasty chat or on the Paris Jewelers inbox right now, 780-218-9999. Oilers preseason questions, NFL questions, CFL questions, sports card questions, non-sports questions, whatever you got.
Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup questions. You can do that, I guess. Is this a horse race?
Come at me. Get out of here.
Sounds like a horse race, doesn't it? It kind of sounds like a horse race.
Horse race. They give away a big plate.
Yeah, I think is this one of the
sports,
tournaments you can select to play in FIFA? Like one of those preseason ones where you select it?
Something like that.
I think it's probably
You'll be on tonight, late night at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Oh, there you go. So we got that coming on as well. And if you would like to play kind of easy trivia right now for a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, just text us 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Just text and say, hey, Maddie, pick me. I'd like to play. I want to go to Mr. Mike's. Or say, what do they have to say, Maddie? How do they win you over? You're shaking your head over there like you don't even want to do this contest.
No, I was just joking. Well, that's, yeah.
They need to tamper with you.
I always give it a little time.
You do? Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, because I don't know how long.
Good to know.
I think the audio stream
Brief
is
delay.
Slightly behind the YouTube stream, so I want to give time for everyone to get in the mix. But I don't know. I just look in and randomly select someone.
All right, well, there we go. 780-218-9999. Do something to make you stand out. Do something special if you would like to play.
Be somebody.
Be somebody in the inbox right now, 780-218-9999. 3 questions too many. Kind of easy trivia. Cool bet hotline of the day. Thursday night football pick'em. We've got a lot to get to in hour number 3 on the show. Hangout today is, this is a good one today. Joaquin Gage, Reed Wilkins. Ooh! That's going to be good. Gager and Reed Wilkins from 630 Ched, who are not our competitors. We'd love to support them. Somebody put in the call to Stoff. Let's make this happen. That would be great. So Reed Wilkins is going to be in with Joaquin Gage on the Hangout today at 9 o'clock. That should be a real fun one. And Tom Gazzola gracing us with his presence today.
He'll be in the Hangout. It's almost like he's a guest now.
It is. You got Tommy booked
wow.
today. Nice get, Maddie.
What a get.
Well,
nice get.
Yeah, he'll show up at some point, and we're very excited. Me, Gager, and Reed will start the show, and we'll welcome Tommy and be very happy.
We got to get Tommy on this Taylor Swift train. That's how we take the next step. After she's done with Travis Kelce, Tommy Gazzola somehow starts today. We can at least make it a rumor.
Our servers are not ready for that.
You don't think so? Well, then we'll up the servers, damn it.
How do we know it hasn't happened already? And they will take down everything we're doing. We won't be able, our YouTube numbers will be massive.
That would be great. Wouldn't that be something? And Tommy Gazzola, that's your next
Who's
move,
to
man.
say he hasn't? I'm honest to God.
Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. All on the way in hour number 3. Don't go anywhere.
The Lock Shop.
I'm a Minshew guy. I think Minshew, at least right now in these games, actually probably makes them a little bit more competitive. Indy +8 with Minshew might be a play for yours truly.
I like you riding Minshew, buddy. I back on our old show, we were huge Gardner Minshew guys. So Minshew's just steady. There's nothing spectacular about him, but he can manage teams to victories.
The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio, Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Thursday morning with the AM Nasty. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate the support. Tell your friends about EdmontonSportsTalk.com. All they need to do is go to the website, and we'll take it from there. You can listen live. You can watch live. You can actually comment at the bottom of the site. Those come directly to our email. So if you're interested in partnering with the show or sponsoring the show, or you want to reach out to us in any way, shape, or form, you just go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, scroll down right to the bottom, and there's a submission form right there so you can have easy access to us. We got the Cool Bet Hotline of the day coming up here. We're going to play the Thursday Night Football Pick'em Challenge as well. That'll be happening here around 8:25. Lieutenant Eric, where are you at tonight, my man?
The Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Centric Casino, Fort Road, where every day is game day. I'm there Monday and Thursday, every Monday and Thursday during the NFL season. You can come by tonight. We have a square board going on. It's free, and you can get into the draw box. You can qualify for a chance at a trip for two to L.A. to see the Rams and the Browns. The best part about this trip, too, is it's like December 3, so it's right before like crazy Christmas season.
Smart
Like
move.
it's a little getaway to LA. You can kind of get your bearings about you. You come back and you hit the Christmas season and you hit it hard. But we'll be doing that draw end of November. Tonight you can go by, qualify, get in the draw box, get on the square board. Always got some giveaways as well. I never know what they got there. They always Renee's got a bunch of stuff there, jerseys, hats, all that stuff. But you never know until you. So a bit of a surprise when you get down there tonight. But the smoked brisket cheesesteak tonight on special. You can thank me when you show up later.
Is there onions on that?
You can onions and peppers, but you can ask.
I can
So
say
you can
no
probably
onions
say
or
no onions or
pepper,
peppers.
right? Yeah, I don't want the onions and
Cheese,
peppers.
onions, peppers. There you go. In the brisket and the bun, as I mentioned, it's nice and soft. It's served open face. It's a beautiful thing.
There's something fancy about an open face sandwich. Yeah, like no matter what, you could put bologna and cheese on a sandwich, serve it to me open faced. I'd be like, oh, I didn't realize we were high class.
They're putting all the chips on the table. They're showing. There's no hiding. There's no closing it up. Ooh, what's in there?
Are there chips on the table?
Oh, the fries, the chips.
Okay,
yeah, pun intended. But yeah, showing the sandwich, showing your work. Right here it is.
Yeah, we're not hiding anything special in there.
No.
Here's just a delicious plate of food. And we're all going to be there next Thursday night. Myself, Tommy Gazzola. He'll roll in early third quarter. YouTube Trev, Maddie.
Well, they're serving beer, so he'll be there early.
Yeah.
Like he'll be there like yesterday. He'll be there 3 in when we get there. Hey, guys, where you been? Where it took so long?
All right, we got 3 questions too many coming up. I love Tommy, like listening to the show. And he was in the YouTube chat earlier.
Just getting roasted.
Hey, speaking of YouTube chats in the Paris Jewelers inbox, what's this fake Hernan Salas account? What's this? Somebody texted in as fake Hernan?
No. Eric by accident labeled them as Hernan Salas.
Oh, okay.
And then yesterday in the Hangout, when I'm looking at the inbox, all of a sudden I see a text from Hernan Salas, and I looked at Hernan, who was on the show, and I'm like, Hernan, did you text the show to say something? He's like, no. And then we figured out that that's where, Eric mislabeled them.
I could see Gager texting in while he's on, being like, ask Gager about that 1 year when he won the Hart Trophy in England.
But he also dresses up as he texts to make the full disguise, like he puts on the Valentine.
All right, let's get to a little kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever. We have a $25 gift card just sitting here waiting for you. And Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. The sirloin bites are to die for. Great little dipping sauce there. Now open out in Fort Sask, too, if you're trying to get your hands on that classic Mike burger and pickle.
I like how you promote the great dipping sauce.
Well,
it's a great... No, people say that.
We've all dipped.
You got to be proud of your sauce. Be proud of your dipping sauces. It's part of the game.
Yeah, I know we say here in the liner that it's in the Hampton Inn. I think the Hampton Inn should be saying, we're in Mr. Mike's. Right? I hope that's how Hampton Inn describes themselves to people. Yeah, you'll have a reservation. Where do I? Oh, we're in the Mr. Mike's.
It's the Kelsey Swift relationship. Like who's benefiting who here?
Oh, I know who's benefiting who. Well, Mr. Mike's is certainly benefiting the Hampton Inn. Come on.
So it's the Swift.
All right, let's go to Jerry. So this is Jerry from the Nasty Bash, who brought the shot ski, and we were doing shot. I'm pretty sure it is Jerry. Hello.
Hello, Nielson. How you doing?
That's you, right? Shot ski Jerry.
Absolutely.
Do you take that everywhere you go? Like when you go to like a wedding?
They didn't let it on the plane.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, I will start the ticker after I read the first question. 3 out of 5 gets you that Mr. Mike's gift card, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, good luck, Jerry. Here we go. Who scored the overtime winner for the Oilers last night?
McDavid.
What sport does Ben Gleason play?
Hockey.
How many runs did the Jays score yesterday?
Oh, my God, nothing.
Which NBA team traded for Damian Lillard yesterday?
Goodbye.
What does the A in NBA stand for?
Tampering with the capital A.
Yes. He got it. Jerry's a pro.
Oh, he got it.
Jerry's
good.
a vet.
Yeah. We're giving him 5 out of 5.
It was
My name
brilliant.
is Julius, and I'm your twin brother. I've been looking forward to this moment my whole life. Excuse me, but I was just taking a shower. Tell me a little bit about Vincent. Was he a great athlete? Was he interested in chess and poetry? My name is Julius. My name is Julius. My name is Julius.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
All right, Club Beat Loop provided by Jerry today. He's off to Mr. Mike's. Where you go ahead.
Finish.
No, I was just going to say where you can get like the people need to realize. Surveyor Brett pointed this out in Twitter last night. He goes, "Is that burger elongated?" And the classic Mike burger is like a rectangle. It's very fascinating. Maybe that's why I like it.
Is it cut or you
I
eat
like
the whole
my
thing
burgers in shapes you learn about in grade 2, and it's like a longer rectangle. It's delicious.
I don't know if I'm going to jinx this, but we're perfect on kind of easy trivia so far in Edmonton Sports Talk history.
Holy smokes.
Throw that out there.
So you're telling me I got this sitting here for nothing? She was brutal.
17 of 17.
17 for 17? We've done 17 shows already?
I believe so.
Wow.
At least that's what my spreadsheet.
Hold up your laptop like Acuna. That's worth.
And it took 17 shows just to come up with the idea for Show Meet Ohtani. That's a highlight of the show for me today. Just
pick, and he starts slumping. I mean, as it goes on, he's lost an arm, and you're kind of.
He looks like
he's getting pretty hot.
He looks like. Did you watch the movie Spaceballs?
I've seen it.
You remember Pizza the Hut?
Yes. Yeah.
I imagine Show Meet Ohtani to be like Pizza the Hut, where his like whole face is sort of falling off, but you're still like eating it.
And very delicious. And the eyes, the olives or something.
Yeah.
Crack an egg on his head.
I'll say, Corey at Acme Meats, if you're still watching this morning, even if you could like construct some jerky and pepperoni into like Show Meet Ohtani. Just like a little table.
A small version. Yeah, I was looking for the actual size. With the
we'll take a table. We'll take a table
yeah.
show meet. That would be that'd be really great. We would really appreciate that, I think. All right, hit us up in the nasty chat if you're watching on YouTube today. If you aren't watching on YouTube and you're listening, if you get to the office, you want to sit around, throw it up on YouTube. You can watch or listen anytime you want. We're able to track it all. All right, let's get into 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. Lieutenant Eric, you have a liner for the segment.
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki, where they have their own Show Meet Ohtani idea. Ronald Azumia. Zoom, Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Azumia. Man, you are hilarious.
That's
with
Park Mazda.
Baseball name puns today.
That's Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
That was Park Mazda who did that? Amazing. These guys are brilliant.
You want to buy a car from them because they're thinking of that type of stuff. Park Mazda, visit them online, parkmazda.ca. Great website. You can chat with all the people down there as well.
I've been perusing their website myself lately.
Well, you're in the market.
I've been on that.
Hey, you haven't updated all? You're swindling? You're tampering?
I'm still getting swindled.
You're still getting swindled. Is it still in the hoist?
It's still, they're holding it ransom.
Pretty much.
Over this dealership. Actually, I was going to ask you, today after the show, can you whip me over there? I'm gonna go in and steal my car back.
I guess.
Yeah, it's really close.
Nice.
We can whip over there. And
maybe you can give me a treat. On the way.
I'll get you a treat.
Get a treat.
You'll go through A&W. I'll get you a latte.
$2, dollar coffee.
My treat. But I got to go pick it up this morning.
Yeah.
Because I'm not investing $11,000 in it. So I'm just going to drive it broken until it dies.
Are you like breaking in there? Am I part of an associate now, an accomplice to the thing?
I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, the story started with I've been perusing Park Mazda's used trucks section of their website.
Creeping their website.
And there's a couple ones that I got my eye on. I got my eye on a couple. I was exchanging some texts with Mitch yesterday. So we'll
straight to the
source. I figure any advice here actually quickly on this one. If I was to get a vehicle, which I guess I'm basically going to be forced to do, you buy a used truck as opposed to a new truck, right? Because don't they always say, the moment you drive it off the lot, drops $15,000 in value.
There you go. And you got to say it with that
why would
tone,
you ever
too.
buy new if the moment you take it away, it's down $15,000? That's the worst investment of all time.
Because a car isn't an investment, largely.
What do you mean it's not an investment? I guess you're not
never
turning
make
around.
money back.
You're only ever
you never
losing
are
money
gonna.
on it.
Yeah. So for some people, it's you
Good
want
point.
the latest features. You want the best.
So
in
it's
it.
a luxury thing.
And it's if you're going to drive a car from day one till it dies, you can maybe get 15, 20 years out of that, so you don't care whether it depreciates right off the bat. You're getting the best of the best in that very moment.
Who you are in your life, I guess, at the moment, right? Like it's kind of these used trucks though. Look, you got lots to pick from here. Color,
yeah,
variety,
there's lots of things. I always have imagined myself as like plain black pickup truck
There's
guy.
a yellow truck here. If you
Not going to be a yellow truck guy. Not going to be red truck guy. Not going to be blue truck guy. I'm going to be like either dark gray or black truck guy.
And this is your truck / station vehicle, right?
Pretty much. That's what it'll end up
There
being.
are some really nice ones here.
Yeah, right.
There is, right?
Yeah.
There's some nice trucks there. There's one. You have to go through a little bit. I don't even want to give it away because I don't want somebody else to go in and scoop it up.
You could join Luke in being a Ford Ranger.
I saw the Ford Ranger.
You get the newer Ford Ranger.
I think there's one on there that kind of looks like Marty McFly's truck from Back to the Future. And I showed my wife that last night. I said, I found the truck.
Yeah.
And then she goes, there's no chance you were getting that. I said, oh, okay, fine then. Thanks. But yeah, no, there's a...
Careful with white. If you,
I'm not getting a white truck either. I'm
That's that one. You
or dark
always
gray.
have to clean that one.
Yeah.
Especially in Edmonton winters.
Terrible.
Man, how I want a truck.
Guys, I bought a brand new Tacoma. Love it. Good thing is about you can get 0%. I don't even know what that means.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
0%
it sounds real nice.
financing.
Cool. I don't know what that means either.
You just want to show up there with a briefcase full of cash and be like, truck, please. And then it's, here's your receipt, sir. Have a good day. Enjoy your vehicle.
I want to roll in with like 8 boxes of the new SPX and my car and be like, straight up trade.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do.
Shoot your
So anyway,
shot.
I've been talking with the folks over there. Strummy says gunmetal gray. That sounds fancy. I could do that.
Intimidating.
We're also not 16 of 17.
I know.
for
I see this.
It's that first one
It's
people
day
are
one.
talking about, and we won.
gave
We
it
had
to
a
him.
phone thing. We had a phone issue.
We gave it to him.
If we go back, he got 3 for 3. There was a question.
So are
or
you
3 of
going
5.
against the Nasties today and saying we don't
We
care
went
about
to
you?
the Worded then.
We did give it to him.
If it's a win in our books, that's the only thing that matters, right?
straight people have got a gift certificate from us.
Or are eligible to come pick it up. Not everyone's picked it up. So come pick it up if you've won.
Yeah, there's some if you haven't picked it up yet.
But no, like when we go back, there was one where I think some people didn't hear it properly, and we had a phone thing, but he got 3 of 5.
Yeah.
I love how somebody's disputing it, though. I
Multiple
really do.
people.
I mean,
there's multiple disputes.
I
on
think
this
it would
place.
have been a big deal if we would have made a bigger deal that day if he didn't win Kind of Easy Trivia on our very first one.
Exactly.
I do think he did have 3 right,
Yes.
but his phone was so sketchy.
Yes.
Somebody said he didn't know who Shohei Ohtani was, which is really coincidence today, considering the invention of show meet.
I know what it means, but no, if it's a win in our books, that's who else is keeping score. You got another stats
My
genius.
spreadsheet is
stats-
official.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean,
Dusty, new cars come with a warranty. That's my main reason for going with new. That's a good point. Yeah. I guess then you don't get stuck with $11,000 in repairs.
you just got to find that cute old couple as well. Maybe if you're going like you kind of
But yeah, find that they've barely driven it.
Kleenex box in the back, sure sign.
Black trucks are worse than white trucks for keeping clean. How's that even possible?
I don't
understand that.
I don't get that one.
Maddie's got.
We looked to Maddie. He's got a.
It's like that gray look on the black does seem noticeable.
Like when there's
dust
But
and
I've
stuff?
had like a silver Kia, and now I have a black Chevy.
Ooh.
No, but the black, I feel like it looks cleaner usually than the Kia. My Kia did.
You can get away with it more. Like
I
white,
feel
you have
like
any
I
speck
could.
on there that stands out so much, you'd think. Eh?
But that I've heard that from a lot of people.
Huh.
Yeah, Propane Pimp agrees. Black trucks are worse than white trucks for keeping clean.
Yeah, but black trucks look way cooler than white trucks.
Yeah, it's just
sorry, fleet truck guy at work.
Kind of what we're
Right?
talking.
Pretty much every fleet ever is just white trucks. I'm sorry, it looks too business for me. Black truck says, "Hey, look at me, black truck I'm driving."
But
Pretty
Park
cool
Mass is the place to go.
Well, that's what we're working on it. Let's see there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, but anyway, Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Dealer for life.
Question number 1 from Jen. This came in on the Nasty Chat earlier today. Guys, will the tickle trunk be making a comeback? We still have the tickle trunk.
Yeah.
It's just sitting over there.
But why did we got the tickle trunk? Because we had nothing.
But we were still doing tickle trunk, even though we had Mr. Mike's on board at the old place. That shall
True.
go unnamed. So we could put the tickle trunk right here.
We could, but how do we incorporate it? Like, I mean,
Well, show
Jen
prizes
was
and
the,
stuff.
no, but like let's open this up. How would you like to see the tickle trunk incorporated into the show? I know it's just giving out a prize, but is it trivia? Is it what's in the trunk segment brought to you by?
I see.
How do you want to?
What's in the trunk?
We got to do something. You can't just wheel it out and.
I do like the idea of smaller tickle trunk that we just put on the desk, reach in, pull out.
And then what are you pulling out of that? I mean, there's so much to go here.
Show-related
I'm all
prizes.
for bringing it back, but let us know.
All right. Well, we'll
Get in the nasty.
I would assume it's back at some point, Jen. I guess would be our answer to that question. Question number 2. Over or under 0.5 games for Ben Gleason on the Oilers this season? Does he play one game with your Edmonton Oilers?
Injuries happen.
They do happen. You're going to hop on the over here, aren't you?
Why not?
This guy's a gambling
Why
man.
not? I'm sucked in. The preseason has done a number on me, and I am punch drunk with the Gleason love. Give me the over. I'm hammering the over.
I'm also going to get on the over because I'm a degenerate, and I'd love to get some odds on Will
Talk to
Ben
Coolbet.
Gleason.
Yeah.
Coolbet, can we please
Get on
get
this
a
thing.
Ben Gleason line that the AM Nasties can hammer on?
Edmonton just getting on it.
And then like when he actually gets called up, like there's a line of us at the airport being like, "You've done it, Ben. You've done it for all of us." That would
Grown
be pretty
men
good.
crying, weeping, just laying down flowers as he.
Oh, that would be good. Honestly, we could get bets on Ben Gleason over 0.5. But he's right. Injuries do happen. Multiple injuries happen at times.
And there's the mid-season. You're down south in the California. I don't know. Why not 0.5? I mean,
Justin is in and says, Tickle Trunk has to make a comeback.
Yeah, but
Strummy's asking, can the Tickle Trunk be paired with a bar scan code somehow? I don't know how that would work.
What do you want here?
Yeah.
I guess it could, but what
we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But that'll be an exciting
mini Tickle Trunk with packs of cards. Okay, so now that's some sort of an idea here.
There's lots of things we could do with it. Be a real fun.
Just whip out our doubles here.
What's this?
Throw the
Oh,
doubles in.
congratulations. You've won a Eugene Lewis on Montreal and Derek Dennis still in the league checklist. That's something you could do. Question number 3. Oh, we always have this dream, right? We always have this huge dream, but this came in earlier in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Which 3 NHL teams should make a huge NBA-style deal to really move the needle for the upcoming season? Give us, the Leafs would probably have to be involved here.
They have to be.
The Leafs would have to be involved. Give us the Leafs. Let's skip over the Oilers. It's easy for us to tie.
Okay, you got the Leafs. You need the American poll market here. Who are we? What are you?
Los Angeles
Rangers,
Kings?
LA Kings. Well, it's the West. Nobody cares about West Coast. It's got to be East Coast.
Rangers.
All the time. Rangers.
Bruins. Toronto, Boston trade.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Brad Marchand gets involved. Toronto, Boston. Who would be the Phoenix Suns of this deal? Toronto.
Maybe
Boston,
you do go Central or West.
Like a Washington, Pittsburgh, a Dallas Stars, Toronto, Dallas.
It's the pop there. Maybe
Pavelski's on the move.
Tampa, Florida. We can talk tax breaks.
And then you have to factor that in as
Stamkos,
well.
Huh?
Filthy is in. It says Leafs, Penguins, Rangers. Oh, I like that.
That's a strong stack.
Sidney Crosby. The Penguins deal Sidney Crosby to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Carlson as a sweetener.
The Maple Leafs are lacking. The Maple Leafs are lacking in leadership. John Tavares hasn't got it done. Or is he involved? John Tavares, here we go. Sidney Crosby from the Penguins to the Leafs. John Tavares from the Leafs to the New York Rangers. And the Penguins come out of this thing laughing. They're getting Trouba and Artemi Panarin. It's just like the most wide, and there's picks, and there's guys you never heard about, and it's just this blockbuster trade where insiders are literally so overwhelmed with excitement and pressure to get this deal right that they're passing out. Drags is just laying there like this, show me Ohtani.
How's Gleason in there? Yeah, he's just kind of you're going to what is it? Gleason
is untradeable. Let's be honest. Travis says the Islanders would be the equivalent of the Suns. It's actually not a bad comparison. It's not a bad comparison.
I like this NHL to NBA team.
Yeah, they just can never pull it off.
Brotherhood here, yeah.
Man, that'd be really nice if they could. Hey, wouldn't that be great? Well, I guess the Carlson deal was a 3-way. It was just a lame little 3-way that we see in the National Hockey League. Frustrating.
It's like a close-on 3-way.
Yeah, it's like a Macromella orgy where nobody else shows up.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it is. All right, coming up, we have your Cool Bet Hotline of the day. We will play the Thursday Night Pick'em Challenge for Century Casino. Join Eric tonight on Fort Road at Century Casino in their new sports bar and lounge, and you can meet Renee. Not our Renee, but the closest we'll ever find. So, yes, plan to do that tonight. There's a bunch of people look like they're going to be rolling in, so it should be a pretty good time. Will you go Lions or Packers in this game? We'll find out when we return. We've got the rap for William Huff still to come as well. Text of the day, sound of the day, a whole lot more on the way right here on the Nielsen Show.
2 guys and a goalie.
Babcock's gone. The Blue Jackets had an availability. They made a major mistake. Cash, your thoughts on how this looks on that organization?
Out of all the hires, this is the one that we felt was going to make us the best. Quite clearly, it was not.
It's just a weird kind of thing to do, to ask someone to look at their phone and the pictures on their phone. If you think by seeing a photo you're going to learn a lot about a person, then follow them on social media. I'm sure if Mike Babcock requested to follow a few members of his Columbus Blue Jackets, what he did was wrong. He hasn't changed a bit.
2 guys and a goalie with Gager, Cassian, and Nielsen. Tuesday and Thursdays at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielsen and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey. Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Don't feel like working? Join the Hangout. You never know what you might hear. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
8:29 on the Nielson Show. AM Nasty continues. Thank you very much for being here. We've got lots to get to, lots to unpack. Maddie, you have gone back and listened to the tape for the first ever Kind of Easy Trivia on Nielson Show 2.0. And what's the verdict?
He went 3 for 5.
3 for 5?
There was
Good enough.
a weird
That's
phone connection, but right at the end, as the buzzer was going, he said false for the question, and Eric went, I heard it, at the end, right as we're going to the end. So
17 for 17.
It was 3 of 5 that day. We started off 1-0. 16 have gone since. They have all been correct. 17 of 17.
Right. 17 of 17. We are perfect on Kind of Easy Trivia. Who's going to be the first pathetic loser to get it wrong? Find out maybe tomorrow on the Nielsen Show.
Well, and Tommy's known for a little bit tougher questions.
Yeah, he panics about that, doesn't he?
I don't know if he does, but
Yeah.
or if he just likes to try to challenge.
By the
people or
way,
something.
it's 8:30 right now.
Yeah,
that's a good
and
point.
what? What are we like?
I was actually.
This might be the latest.
But at what
I
point
was
do we
thinking
just?
about Gager actually, not even him.
Yeah, why is Gager not here?
Well,
Yeah, that's the
maybe
biggest
because he knows Tommy's not here.
Well,
Tom's
Gager
not
probably
the one
had to do a daughter drop off at school.
Yeah,
He's a family man.
I completely forgot about.
But the Tom
Tommy.
stuff shouldn't be like that's. This is now normal. He shows up at 8:30. We're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
That's got to be the surprise now.
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. I want to get a couple of messages. So this is one of the great things about the new format of the show. I mean, you want it to take us in a direction, lead us in that direction. And in the Nasty Chat right now, we had some questions about Desharnais. And, let's dive into that for a little bit. Then we got your Cool Bet Hotline of the day coming up. We're going to do the pick'em tonight for the Thursday nighter as well. Oh, by the way, just saw this and I tweeted it out, but Pro-Am just tweeted out that they just dropped, like the lace-up hoodie. I've got that Habs one I'll wear once in a while sometimes. So it's like a hoodie, the lace-up hoodie. They've got the Heritage Classic lace-up hoodies available now and a couple of hats. The white hat is going to sell like crazy. It looks awesome. And the lace-up hoodie. I mean, I'm a huge hoodie guy, but the lace-up hoodie, Really nice looking.
See, and for all you Jersey haters out there, right?
Yeah.
Like, they've
It
heard
looks
you,
good.
and now they've answered you.
The lace-up hoodie is meant to be done in a retro fashion. That's why it looks so good.
And that's like outdoors and everything. That's the look.
No,
That's
it
the
looks
look
good.
right there. You wear the jersey to the dinner parties and all that, but this is the one you go and play.
Well, at the time of when this game is happening, it's going to be a little chilly. It's not going to be too cold. You can probably get away with just that hoodie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's good news right there. So you can pick that up, proonsports.ca. KGill97 says, guys, do you think that Desharnais is close to a top 4 D-man? I don't think he's close to a number 6. Not sure where Shaggy and Gregor see this potential. I'm not too sure where they've been talking about that, but I would say right now I don't think he's close to a number 4. I think that would be like, holy smokes, Desharnais totally hit his ceiling and developed into being a number 4 defenseman. If he was to play alongside Ekholm, I think it's like a faux top 4. He and Broberg just aren't there yet. Now, they might have an opportunity to play there with Ekholm, but I think Desharnais is your career third pair, really good at what he does, but is limited in what he does. Is that, I don't know, am I trying to sell, I don't want to sell Vincent short here, but
no.
Maybe I end up being wrong. Maybe in 7-8 years, you're like, man, he's been a steady top 4 for half a decade. That would just surprise me a little bit. I think he's your prototypical third pairing right shot D, and there will be nights with the team this year where he's healthy scratched, I would think. So
yeah, I mean, he's 27 years old now. We kind of like
this is not a 21-year-old who's still learning how to use his body.
No, so kind of you want to say what you see is what you get. Now, I don't know, I don't want to not bet on the guy here, but you aren't taking the new haircut into account here, are you? I mean,
I'm not factoring in
so,
the
I mean,
new
there's
the
a lot
new
of things that have happened over the offseason.
Look
but
sharp.
No, I think it's not. If he can kind of do a few more things, and then that's good. But I think you know what you get right now, and I think Oilers fans and anybody else shouldn't be disappointed in that, including Vincent Desharnais.
I don't think anybody is going to say, oh, man, just really sucks that Desharnais didn't become a top 4. I think you look at him, the way his game is structured right now, and if he can become, it's important. Teams need really good third pairs. If he can be capable of becoming a really good third pairing defenseman, which he's close to being, not really good, but he's a third pair D-man. Is he excellent at it yet? No, I don't expect him to be excellent at it yet. So,
but all Jackson Kings, you need a few 6s and 7s, right? That you need
when you win a Stanley Cup,
deck, you need
to have a steady third pair, one that you can put out there and roll. And if Kulak and Desharnais end up becoming that, then perfect. That's not everybody is a thoroughbred. Right, you need some Clydesdales to pull all the heavier stuff. So that's kind of where I would come out on that. Travis says, watch the game last night. Think foot speed is still a major issue for Vinny, but hard to take that size out of the line.
Well, and that's and yeah, the foot speed is because he is that size and he is the player who he is at this stage of his career, right? Like there's no more and no less, but a pleasant surprise if he can do maybe a little bit more, but I don't think
he's already a pleasant surprise,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, but you're right. But if he could elevate and kind of go up from the third, that's fine, but he is what he is, and I think most people should be fine with that at the ripe age of 27.
What do you think? Pat Maroon's bib is in and says, Dash, I think he means Desharnais, I guess, will be our next Russell/Larson. So
Russell/Larson,
I mean, I don't think he ever gets to the Larson level. Adam Larson was a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Who ended up becoming pretty darn good and stabilized a lot of blue lines. Is he big right shot, Chris Russell? If that's how you want to describe him.
He could just do the Russell comparison because of the size. He added the Larson just for the size, I think maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That might be the case. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. All right, let's get in first to your. Well, let's start with the Century Casino Thursday Night Football Challenge. Then we'll give you a little bit cool bet hotline. We'll dive into like some player props or something for this Lions-Packers game tonight. Pretty excited about this one. I will be in Vancouver by the time this game gets going. So I'll probably be watching it with some of our TSN crew tonight. So that'll be nice. Looking forward to
couple bottles of red?
No. It's tough when Suits will just probably be at home tonight. Yeah. He didn't invite us over for a late September barbecue. I don't know why. I don't know if we're on the outs or what's going on here.
That's interesting.
Usually, he'd invite us and the crew over, but Suits isn't watching this, so he'll never know. But
so you haven't been drinking red wine with him this year.
Well, he hasn't been on the red wine a lot this year.
And then he doesn't invite you over.
You guys,
What
Suits and I are super tight.
Is there drama inside the TSN booth?
We only get one side of the story, Matty. Like, we're only hearing it from him, right?
I don't even get to see Suits anymore because I used to talk with him once a week. And
I know.
What's going on?
You want to talk
here?
with Suits once a week? We can talk with Suits once a week.
Are you sure?
Well, it's pretty early for him.
It doesn't seem like you guys are that close anymore.
Trouble in paradise.
Oh, boy.
Suits and I are like Forrest and Jenny. You hear Tommy laugh out there? Peas and carrots, right? Peas and carrots.
Yeah, seafood and red wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
actions speak louder than words, Dusty. And
Well-
this season, something's just not there.
No, it's not. That's not true.
Oh, I'm going to be listening
It's
to
not
your
true.
football game tomorrow really closely.
Maybe
there's going to be those moments.
Maybe Suits only respected me because I was on AM radio. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway.
I'll have the wine for you tonight. I've been having a glass of red at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Yeah,
every Monday
yeah.
and Thursday.
Oh, Fergie's prostate
Fergie's
probably,
prostate
yeah.
comes up and he's got me on the red. Just one glass for the health benefits, of course.
All
as he
right,
says.
Thursday night football, Lions and Packers. If you want to get in on this, coolbet.com. Use the code LOCKSHOP when you sign up. You'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. So you deposit $100, voila, there's another $100 there. You deposit $200, you get $200. That's where they max it. Because people would be putting in thousands of dollars trying to get the extra thousands of dollars, and that's just not good for anybody. So stay cool, bet responsibly at CoolBet. The line for this Packers-Lions game right now, the Detroit Lions, a road favorite going into Green Bay, 2 points. The Detroit Lions, 2 points. It is your Thursday Night Football Challenge. Do you like the Lions -2 or the Packers plus the 2 points? Text us, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Text Lions or Packers in the inbox. If you get it correct, we'll draw a name tomorrow. You want a gift certificate to Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Lieutenant Eric, which side you on in this one, buddy?
I feel like I'm more of a Lions fan this season than you are, just because maybe you've had years of getting, disappointment, and now you're like, ooh, steady myself. I'm all in. As I said, it's your conference to lose. And Lions minus the 2. Let's go.
I'm still rattled by this. You don't think Suits and I are buddies? Like, this is concerning me.
Yeah, I think one side it feels like you're still buddies, but it doesn't seem like it's coming from the other side,
No, he very much likes me.
Are you concerned that he thinks this way, or are you just concerned about the situation now you're thinking about it.
I'm like, wait a second.
It's adding up, yeah.
Have you okay, here's actually a question for you.
Okay, ask me your question.
When you go out to Vancouver last year, he invited you to his house. Have you ever invited him to your house when he's come out here?
Ooh, that's tough.
Like maybe
That
there's
is
maybe
tough.
he's like, hey, I've opened up my house.
He's got a
for
new sports
you.
empire here, and he hasn't got
All
an
of his
invite.
like, maybe
there's
he's
a
sitting there going
difference
like,
here.
why am I never getting an offer from Dusty?
Okay, so I'll throw this back at you here, because Suits is my friend. When he invites me to his house, he's got like one of the most amazing backyards I've ever seen. He loves to barbecue, and it's in North Vancouver. I'm like, hey, do you want to come over and hang out in my moderately small backyard in West Edmonton?
Have you invited him out for dinner? Like, hey,
Well,
let's
we'll
go
go
to
to
Mr.
Sherlock
Mike's
after the games.
Oh, but before a game, like, hey, let's the day before a game, or like, do you want to go to Mr.
No,
Mike's?
it's a home game. I'm busy.
What about the day before? He's never here the day before.
Yeah, no, but I'm busy the day before prepping for the game because we're so
Why
good
he doesn't
at
have
what
to
we
prep?
do.
When you go to Vancouver, you don't have
Oh,
to
he
prep?
preps on planes. Yeah, but I would just prep in the hotel after we go over there. Anyway, whatever.
I'm just saying,
we're
tight. Maybe he's tired of always inviting you and never getting it in return.
And you know what? I will say this: I should have taken him out for a nice dinner at some point.
Just the two of you without the crew. That's what he wants. You go with the crew all the time.
We can go and we
one-on-one.
can lady and tramp a Mr. Mike's burger. That'll show you how much we're
You
together.
could do it on the long bun.
This is-
Yeah.
You guys are all over me, and Suits is this is what Suits
Who
is
gets
thinking
the
right now.
pickle?
Suits to me.
You're gonna live with me now. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, John.
Oh, I love you, Son.
The nasty chat is turning on me right now. This is the first time it's happened. We're 17 bloody shows in. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy.
Somebody's called you rude.
How in the world? It's not even now. Now I got beef again. Now I got beef with, I don't even care that people are turning on me because of the Suits thing. I can't believe they're siding with a Wannick. Nobody in the history of like 1260 or this or anything, in the history of the world has sided with a Wannick.
It's a big W from Eddie today. Huge W.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna turn off all your mics during the hangout today. Like in Airplane when the guy unplugs the planes and the lights on the runway.
Hey, Lieutenant Eric, has Dusty ever taken you out for a meal? No, but I do have to drive him to pick up his vehicle today. So
Hey, I told you I'll get you a bacon and egg from
I've never
A&W.
been driven. I had to walk down to the mechanic yesterday to pick up my car last week.
You didn't ask us to give you a ride.
I would have loved the offer. I
didn't know that's where you're going. Plus, you got back super quick. How'd you get back so quick?
That's a block away. It's great.
Man, how many of you guys
Right, would've been
put
nice,
your
though.
hands up if you've brought in Timbits for the boys? I brought in Timbits for the boys. You guys
I'm
brought in
here,
any
and then I
Timbits?
go to the Hangout. I don't have time.
Oh,
I got some
I'm
coffee
so
yesterday.
busy.
I asked you. I brought you a latte this morning.
Well, that's because I don't have a car. I had to take an Uber here this morning.
Yeah,
I had
I
an
also
Uber
drive you to get your
I had
car
an
today,
Uber
too.
waiting outside my house at like 4:30 this morning.
It was weird coming in here, and I saw our lights on. I was like, why are lights on? Because your car wasn't here, and I was like,
Part of me was thinking of hiding behind the desk and surprising you.
oh, jeez.
Because we love surprises around here. Let's get to your Cool Bet hotline of the day. What do we got for the hotline of the day? Let's dive into... Yeah, let's go into this game tonight. Let's see here. TD scores. Who's going to score a game tonight? This will be our Cool Bet hotline of the day. Who's calling me right now? This looks like a business number.
Suits.
It's Suits going.
You guys.
The boys are right.
We still good.
The dealers. No, it's the dealership. They're calling me right now.
You're still live on the air.
They're still trying to get me.
Tampering.
You should do it live
Put 'em on
the air.
No, I don't know. I don't think I can. I'll see you in the parking lot.
And you're bringing your backup.
Yeah, I'll stand there with my arms crossed. Yeah, very intimidating figure.
Kevin's in it says, I kind of like heel Dusty. Hey, guys, heel Dusty is my new favorite Dusty. I guess that's what I am now. Cool Bet hotline of the day. Let's see here.
Lines. Oh, yeah.
What do we got? Jahmyr Gibbs plus 110 for a touchdown tonight. A.J. Dillon plus 120. Rapoport told us that Jones is trending towards return. You know what? I want. We'll have more lines up a little bit later on over at Cool Bet, but I'm kind of desperate. I want that. I want some Jared Goff props here. I love Jared Goff. Oh, the number just moved on A.J. Dillon. Well, I was watching it. That's so cool. A.J. Dillon's now at plus 110 to score a touchdown as well. You know what? Let's ride with this. I've been talking very highly of the new tight end for the Detroit Lions, Laporta. Are you guys okay hopping on a Laporta touchdown tonight?
Let's ride.
Let's do it.
Let's
do
ride.
it. Let's ride. Cool Bet hotline of the day. Laporta plus 220 to score a touchdown. If you're a risky boy or girl, you can have him at 11-1 to score the first touchdown of the game. I'm not gonna suggest that. Stay cool, bet responsibly, but sprinkle it if you want. Laporta plus 220 for a touchdown tonight against the Green Bay Packers. That'll be your Cool Bet hotline of the day. All right, let's get to a sports update. We'll come back with the wrap for William Huff, text of the day, sound of the day, a whole lot more still to come. And where is Gager? I thought Gager would be here already. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Joaquin Gage, but he's a grown man, so he'll probably be
He's a
okay.
daddy. Yeah.
I think he's my friend, but now I don't know anymore.
Week 4 in the National Football League kicking off tonight from Lambeau.
Sorry, this nasty chap. Plus 600 for Dusty to be invited to Suits' place.
Cool bet. Packers and Lions tonight from Green Bay. You could join me for this one at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road. Smoked brisket cheesesteak special on tap tonight. Another chance as well. You can qualify into a draw. A trip for two to Los Angeles to catch the Rams and Browns. The Century Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road, where every day is game day. The Oilers picking up preseason win number 1 last night. In overtime, Connor McDavid with the winner 2-1 over the Canucks from Rogers Place. Stuart Skinner stopping 21 of 22 shots in his preseason debut. The schedule will continue Friday when Edmonton visit the Flames. Aaron Judge homering twice last night. Jays shut out again by the Yankees 6-0. Toronto in the second wild card spot entering play today. A half game up on Houston, 2 up on Seattle. Jays look to avoid the sweep later tonight. They'll send Chris Bassett to the mound.
The EST Hangout.
Matawanek, Tom Gazzolo. Yeah. As well as we got Min Darwal from CBC and Doug McLean, Golden Bears Pandas analyst, along with the Stingers.
I think the older this kid gets,
Connor?
you're starting to see glimpses of what we're not privy to inside that room.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now we're starting to see these guys put a stamp on this team. I think that culture that they're creating, instead of having it top down where it has a trickle down effect, I think it's working both ways where it kind of dictates what happens with the executive and the hockey side of the front office.
EST Hangout, weekday mornings at 9, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Tom Gazzola and Sean Bell take you on a hot lap around the NHL with Hello Hockey! Hockey, Saturday mornings at 10, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. The Elks Call is the newest Edmonton Elks podcast located in Edmonton, discussing everything Elks. Join friends of EST, Scout, and Catherine, Friday nights at 8 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join friend of EST, Guy Flaming, for the Pipeline Show, Monday nights at 8 and Saturday at noon, as he has you covered with CHL, CJHL, USHL, NAHL, NCAA, and U Sports, plus the World Juniors, Frozen Four, and NHL Draft on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get to know the winners, props, plays, parlays, and more with Nielson and Hustler. Weekday mornings at 11 on The Lock Shop. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Catch up with friends of EST, Andrew, Mike, and Kayla, as they get you in the huddle with the Edmonton Elks on the Turf District. Thursday nights at 8, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Friend of EST, Eric Thomas, takes you around the track all the way to the checkered flag on Raceline Radio. Tuesday nights at 8 and Saturday morning at 9. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Join Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock for tips and tales from courses around Edmonton and area with the VIP Golf Show, presented by the Tailor Made Performance Center at the Ranch, Sundays at 8:30, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
8:48 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being with us once again today. Make sure you stick around for all you noobs out there. Roll your mouse over the video on YouTube, and you'll see a little autoplay pop up. Make sure that autoplay is on, and then when our show ends, it'll automatically take you right over. We will redirect you right into the Hangout with Gager and Reed Wilkins and Tommy Gazzola. Everybody's starting to roll in now. Gager's here. Came in wearing pretty cool sunglasses. That was nice. YouTube Trev is here. Tommy Gazzola's here. I'm just waiting for Reed Wilkins. It's going to be a great hangout today.
This Heel Dusty bit is really taking off in the nasty
It's
chat.
not Heel Dusty.
Heel Dusty
Well,
thinks.
clearly it is, because you
Heel
didn't even
Dusty
mention my
says-
name for the hangout there. Like, you're so mad at me. You didn't even say my name for the hangout.
Good,
Tommy in, Reed in, Gager in, but doesn't say anything about a Wannick.
Well,
Nothing
this is
about
how he
a Wannick
treats-
is
this is
over
how he
there.
treats friends.
Maybe the show should be about the guests.
You should have
How's that
invited him
sound?
over to your house,
Heel
maybe.
Dusty's I'm firing bombs
Yeah,
out there
it's-
today. Like, good. I like this. What did we learn today?
You're a heel. It's the most recent information.
I do want to become the biggest prick in the biz. You know, I want to start forcing
You've got a
you into
long way
things.
to go for that one.
I
There's
know.
a lot of people ahead of you.
Yeah, but I feel like the blueprint's been laid out. Like, I know what you have to do to become that guy. Maybe I'm just going to become that guy now.
You combine like 3 or 4 names I'm thinking in my head, and you could become the best
Matt,
one.
one more word and you're out of here.
Look at him. Iron Fist.
I can't even do it. I can't even fake it. It's just tough. All right, I learned a couple of things. First of all, today is one of my favorite days ever. Show Meet Ohtani.
This is you can't get out of it.
I can't get over Show Meet Ohtani.
With the pimento eyes and the little bit of
I want to give you
gristly
the gift
mouth.
certificate for Text of the Day to A&W Mostly as a payment for getting me my latte today.
Well, and
But
somebody,
that was great.
I will be going to A&W. I mean, I go to A&W every day for the coffee, and that gift certificate will go a long way for the $2 lattes and the $1 coffees. But somebody's talking about like a chicken breakfast sandwich that they got going on there. Is that the A&W thing? I might have to go and check that out. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. I will be eating something from A&W tomorrow morning. It's Friday. I usually like to have a little bit of food in the gut prior to beer of the week. So I'll go and sample something from A&W this tomorrow morning with Gazzola, because Gazzola's in for you tomorrow morning. So we kind of live a little loose.
I do know that how can the show be any looser than this?
Maddie.
What do you guys do?
Oh, you should see it.
That's
when you're
that's
gone,
a weird
it's
one to me.
yeah.
What are you doing over there, Wanik? What are you messing around with?
He's setting up a show for it.
No, I'm just playing with something. So I'm just trying something.
Oh, yeah,
so
kind of looks neat.
Don't mind me.
Anyway, so I do know that there's some chicken-related stuff with A&W starting next week.
Oh, starting next week.
I can't confirm if it's
well,
like
then
the
I
breakfast
don't want to
thing.
give
I don't
anything
wanna
away here,
say
but,
too much right now, but
this individual seems to think it's going
yeah.
on now. I don't know.
I also learned this today. I just saw, well, you know, Prime has, now they got pumped last week.
Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the list of celebrities that are going to be at the Colorado
God.
USC game this week. LeBron James and my once arch rival, Bronny. Jay-Z. Snoop Dogg. Lil Wayne. DJ Khaled. Matthew McConaughey. And USC alum, Will Ferrell. They're all going to be at this football game.
Also, Shiloh Sanders, Deion's son, is going up against Brendan Rice, son of Jerry Rice.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
Corner versus receiver.
Just like a...
Wow, that is pretty exciting, actually. So we learned that today, too. That's going to be a great count. The Wrap today and every day brought to you by the fine folks at William Huff. Bruce was actually by yesterday. They're working on some signage for the outside of our building. And they should probably do a new sign for Seductions or whatever it is. What's
the actual one or the one downstairs?
I want to put Bruce
Seductions.
Well, that's
the
massage parlor.
No, the one downstairs
is just
Synergy.
over there.
Yeah, the adult massage.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I want to send Bruce a contact. Hey, man, here's a contact for the folks over at Seduction. If you wouldn't mind getting them some new signage. Their current sign doesn't really tell you exactly what's going on there.
We all have to go and check it out, right? I mean,
it was almost like Bruce came by yesterday. He said he was supposed to meet with somebody about the building stuff, but they no-showed, so we'll get that sorted out. But it also came like he came to like check on his employees' work.
Well, I saw him outside. I was bringing coffees, actually. I brought coffees in. I asked you for one. You said no.
I said no,
but
that's
I
okay.
offered, and so I brought the coffees in. But he was just kind of saying, I'm like, hey, you want to come up here?
Yeah.
Like he was just kind of waiting, like Hernan outside, wanting to come in, that type of thing.
Well, I think he was pretty happy with the work that his crew did. How
Absolutely.
can you not be?
Yeah.
Since 1972, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of value clients. Look, you might have something really awesome, but it might look like trash. Like, imagine us doing a show here with just a white wall behind us.
And you may think we're
Look
just
how awesome it
Joes.
looks
Well,
now.
yeah, but they do the pros too, like the Oilers. Like they touch the greatness, so it's
they work with
Oilers,
everybody.
Elks, Stamps.
It's pro.
You didn't have to say Stamps.
Well, but they're still like that. They're the pro teams of Alberta.
That's
they're
where they go.
involved with.
If you see anything good at McMahon, it's from William
There's
Huff.
nothing else good but what William Huff does there.
Their greatest accomplishment ever is making McMahon look legit.
Could you not rap McMahon? They what I knew said just rap it. It'll be good as new.
They've
right?
made McMahon look as good as it can.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. So well done. Cheers to you, Bruce William Huff. All right, let's get to where do we go for text of the day today? Let's see here. What do I got saved? Ben Gleason goal song ideas? That one came in from Red today. I know it's only preseason. What off season?
That was a good. That was a good bit
actually
too.
pretty
Earlier on in the
good.
show.
Blair in Calgary said the NBA should hire Babcock to investigate tampering. He can check all of their phones. That's
an
pretty good.
career opportunity there.
That's a nice one. Is there anything on this heel thing that have moved the needle here late? Let's see here. Man, I can't believe how many people, even in the inbox, were all over me for becoming a heel here.
No, it's like they were all waiting for this moment.
It's not becoming a heel. It's just the truth. We just finally have just pointed it out.
It's the truth. That's what this is.
You just have to come to the reality that this is what you've done over the last year.
Yeah, but how have I done this?
Because you haven't been a good enough.
LeBron, not with the right. He throws it down with the left hand.
Lakers in 4. Lakers in 4. I thought you turned me down because you could have turned that down.
You dunked on me. You dunked on me.
Wow.
Fair enough.
You've turned a new page, Iwanek.
You've beat me there.
I'm really excited for your new role as commission, the new drafts. I think it's a new, fresh commission.
Wild.
No.
I think
you're giving him a higher chair. You think it's going to be a fresh, different commission? I think you're just giving him more. But we are in for one now.
I still like the idea of me being in a different room than you guys.
That's okay too. Yeah.
For the draft.
Yeah.
Like we don't see your face,
so I don't have to deal with you guys in person.
That's mystery to who you are, eh?
I'm gonna lock this door. You guys can't get in.
We're freaking out. Like, I think you getting up early has really loosened you up a bit, buddy.
No.
Well, and Matty, you're hitting that morning. We've talked about this morning hour where you kind of get a little.
Yeah.
You're hitting it, and you're hitting it earlier and earlier.
The second half of the show is really great. The first half, it's no.
You're really quiet when you come in.
Yeah.
It's like you'll come in through the doors, and I'm like loud morning guy. I'll come in, boys, what's up? How's it going? Maddie comes in and be like, hey, Maddie, and you're like,
I always think he's upset with me.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think I did something bad.
Yeah. It's true.
It's not.
Matt, if you're mad with us first thing in the morning, just tell us.
No, the thing, just let me be.
I know how you think of him.
I know, that's it.
Just let me be, and I'll eventually get there.
Yeah. But that's true. Some days. Today when you went and turned on the coffee, I was like, oh, Maddie's here. He's fired up now.
Well, I got that one because I know Gager, I didn't make coffee for Gager last week.
Yeah, that's good.
And so
Okay. Well, that's
today
nice
I
of
wanted,
you.
and then I had to wait a bit because I wanted to make sure it was kind of warm enough for when he gets here.
Yeah.
And so.
And you got the Rapoport card up today? Like we all.
Yeah, hitting your stride, buddy. Hitting your stride.
Did you guys Vortex today?
No, we're going to do it right. Let's just go with Blair in Calgary. I didn't. I had a bunch saved earlier, but then when I had to reset the computer earlier, we lost some of those ones from earlier in the show. So the NBA should hire Babcock to investigate tampering. He can check all their phones. That comes from Blair in Calgary. That is your text of the day today. Sound of the day, I think, just happened. Sneaking in a little LeBron there late in the show. I got me
the
pretty
dunks
excited.
are back.
A clever little ruse. All right, we've got Reed Wilkins is here. Gager is here. Tommy Gazzola is here. And Matthew Iwanek in on the Hangout today, coming up here right away at 9. Is this what this is for?
What?
Is it going to
Yeah,
work?
I was just testing this.
All right, let's
for the
see.
autoplay. Yeah,
Okay,
right there.
so there we
on
go.
the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, okay. Look at this
Very
guy.
good.
That's
Very
all you have
nice.
to do.
Look
Get
at
on
this guy.
YouTube.
And it might
and
buffer for a
just
bit. Like you gotta wait, right?
Move the mouse. There's the autoplay. Make sure it's to the right, not to the left. There it is. After the show, it will just there'll be the circle for a little bit because the stream's coming to an end.
Yeah, it's working.
And then you'll get the pop-up that goes up next, the EST Hangout. You'll have a countdown. After the countdown, it'll send you right over, or you could click there right off the bat, and it'll take you right there.
So we could play highlights here too now, I guess. Eh?
Well, and this is what I'm trying to learn still with the system is that basically it is the whole screen. My Chrome is being shown right now.
Yeah. You can also
if
cut
I
it down though
change
too a
it,
bit, right? Like
I've cropped that, but if I go to ESPN, I think you'll see me go to ESPN.
Careful.
But
what other websites you got going
Let's
on?
see what else is in Maddie's
pages
search injury.
See, it's going to be cropped up a little bit. Is this
okay? Let's see.
Yeah,
what we got.
see,
Dame
you got
Dalla. Dame Dalla.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have a lot of fun with
Oh,
this.
now you got the ad.
Oh,
There I could scroll down.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow. You guys ever sit back and just think, wow, 2023, what technology?
It's incredible what you can do when you actually allow people to use the technology.
No limits anymore. What's that saying? There are no cuffs on me or something like the Pinocchio kid, I think. It was, oh, you're a real boy. Yeah, I think it was.
We're real boys now.
There are there are no strings on me.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. All right, we've got the Hangout coming up. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Should be an excellent chat today. Just excited to have Reed here. He's like the nicest person in the media. He's amazing. So Reed, Gager, Tommy, Matthew Iwanek coming up. That is going to happen. Are you cutting Eric out of the shot right now? Oh, I was gonna say.
No,
I thought you were becoming.
Sorry, I was not.
I thought you were becoming the heel.
No, he's leaning away.
Oh, okay. All right, you guys have fun tomorrow. Look after Tommy Gazzola in the
Oh,
chair
will
here.
we ever?
And I'll be on Lock Shop later today. 2 guys and a goalie. Looking forward to that as well. Stick around for the Hangout. We're going to transfer you right over. For Maddie and Eric, I'm Dustin Nielsen. Tell your friends about EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Take it easy.